live, and supposedly we're live on YouTube now. But with all that, we're gonna be picking up on the colony where we left off in RimWorld, and Burning Sun dropping in and saying 85 stream streak. You might be here too much. No, I personally believe you're not here enough, Burning Sun. My incredibly and heavily biased belief is that you definitely do not spend enough time here. Obviously balance your life with whatever you got to do, but 85 stream streak is a ridiculous amount, because that means the last 85 streams you have not missed a single one. Now you might go, oh man, that's 3 months. It's more than that, because I don't stream 1 day out of every week, and then there's sometimes days off because of holidays and travel and stuff like that. So you're probably talking not quite 4 months that they've not missed a single stream, which is heckin' ridiculous. So thank you so much for catching so many of our streams. It means a lot. Anyways, we're going to be picking up where we left off in RimWorld. We got our colony, the Gene Splicers. We did a tribal start, but the end goal of this one is we're not doing some big sweaty challenge in this one. It is kind of a thing that RimWorld has the, like, genetic manipulation kind of mechanics to the game that, if we look at the research tree, that's where it is, and there's the ship. So this is you win the game, and it's here. So the problem is, you never really get to do it on any meaningful level, because the game is over unless you deliberately drag it out. Yeah, which is from before they started the whole stream streak announcement thing. Yep. So basically what we got going on is our goal of this run is basically to shenanigans with the gene manipulation stuff, is the way I will phrase it. You know, we'll make this our temple. I don't know how far. I'm hoping that just pockets right there, because if not, that would suck. But basically what we're trying to do right now is we're still in the early game for our base. I wish you could see there. There's a trick you can do. If I take one of my people, I'm going to pause real fast, and I draft them, I tell them attack to a wall. Okay, so you'll notice it shows the knife symbol because I'm trying to actually attack where there's a solid wall. But then if I go to that little pocket, it has the cross, so I know it's just that one tile isn't there. So I know this goes back to rock, which I figured, but we couldn't guarantee. But yeah, so we're still early game. We're still setting up our base. Getting all that going. We'll set you to mine all that. And this. Okay, so we don't have to worry about those. And unfortunately, we are a bit constrained on our people. So yeah, so that would be fine. Did you say you can't mine? No, that was a long time ago I did that run. We did do a run where I could do that. We're gonna make a little weird L-shaped temple. You have a major break risk due to serious pain. Because you're recovering from plague. And because you have apparently been hitting on Captain Brody aggressively. Oh man, you're awful. Lawman's terrible. Lawman hooked up with White Jaguar and then immediately started hitting on Captain Brody. Come on, dude. Lawman's a guest. Accidents might happen to them, but they do not cut the crap. I think they're getting ready to leave anyways. Yeah, literally today. But yeah, so we're way behind on our construction side of things, because we're on a swamp, so it's a whole big thing. Hate the game, not the player. Oh no, we'll hate the player too. See, that's the beauty of the situation, is we can do that here. If the player causes trouble, bad things happen to him. Alright. So what was Ursay normally doing? Handling animals. That's right. Ursay normally handles animals. I don't like heat waves. Alright, so you're gonna go ahead and top this off to try and keep the heat down, because we aren't a very hot tile, so a heat wave can be... Like, have you ever played Oxygen Not Included? Yes, we actually did a very long run of Oxygen Not Included way back. People really enjoyed it for a while, but it was one of those games. It's one of those games that like the early game people get really, really into. Why do you have sky-high expectations already? And why are you eating without a table? It's right there. The food is here and it's right there. Eating without a table is what we call self-inflicted. But yeah, no, I've played on stream. It is one of those games that one of the difficulties happen is once you get to like middle to late game of Oxygen Not Included, the game really kind of slows down in a very big way because all your projects end up being huge. I need an extra source of recreation. What is your social at? Hang on. What is your social at? Terrible. Okay, fair enough. So we could do this to get the telescope for recreation. I think that's a move. Captain Brody. Oh, you gave me a cataphract person? That'll be real easy. Can't actually tell which room this is in. So hold the door. Lawman. That you want to cause trouble. You can be one of the ones blocking the door. Alright. You can make it so they don't carry around a meal. That might be why they never set the table. I didn't tell them not to carry around a meal. The shuttle has arrived for Lawman. Okay, Lawman, I need you to not die in this encounter if you could do me a solid. I know I am making you tank it. You go get in the shuttle in the meantime. Okay. And sorted, so we can go ahead and just have you two undraft, finish it off. And the moment you get the shuttle, we're launching them. Let's see. Why is your food not in a room? Why is my food not in a room? It is in a room. Oh, I mean, the wall's not closed off yet. It's fine. Right now, it's because it's on the shelves, it doesn't go bad. Yay, we still... Oh, right, we were doing that for the heavy SMG. I forgot about that entirely. Okay, what is your skills? So you're not good, and you're fantastic. And where did I put that? I like that he was basically bleeding out, and we're just like, yeah, it's fine. Well, they'll still go bad, but they'll go bad as if they're not refrigerated. They won't decay. So we don't have a freezer set up, so they are still going to go bad in the normal way. So where was those pods again? Oh, they hadn't dropped yet. Finish it off so it doesn't get back up, please. Here, go punch it, because that table can't take another hit. Alright. Shouldn't you be out of here now? Everything's dead, right? There you go. I was like, you should be out of here. Hey, Longclaw, how's it going? So haul that, and then install you right there. Alright, so we got ourselves a new source of entertainment. And all that good stuff. Oh. Close that door. Alright, so that infestation went relatively fine. Cool. Doing alright? Still waking up? Yeah, for those who don't know Longclaw, absolutely fantastic content creator on the platform. Definitely check them out both here on Twitch and their YouTube. They are unfortunately in South Korea, which for those who don't know, Twitch is shutting down operations in South Korea just because of the way South Korean ISPs are run. It's extremely cost prohibitive for them to operate there. So it would definitely help Longclaw if you would check them out on YouTube, since unfortunately at the end of the month, you know, they will no longer be on Twitch. You destroyed my desk. How dare you? Why do the insects hate education so badly? Yeah, the 28th. Yeah, end of the month. That's literally last day of February. So we got a few thanks for the explanation. No problem. Also, unrelated to any of that, for my fellow content creators on Twitch. Oh, 29th this year, leap year. Leap years don't count. That's like birds. It's not real. No, I'm teasing. But yeah, for those who are unaware, there's another change that's happening. This is mostly not going to impact that many people. Or did I completely delete that first message? I missed something. But there is a change that is going to be happening over the next month and a half-ish. That you probably won't be impacted individually, but Twitch is going to start enforcing that you may not be in 100 channels chat simultaneously. Which you're probably going, what the absolute hell? The big thing that impacts is bots, which is why they're doing that. So for bots that do not need to like request permissions to access stuff and that kind of thing, like over the next month and all that, a lot of those will start breaking. And it is a thing they're doing for a good reason to, one, reduce their costs, which whatever. And then the second issue is to deal with, they have a whole bunch of bots that just load up stuff and then scrape the scrape Twitch for information and all that have lots of negative effects and whatnot. So they are trying to deal with that bot issue. It's honestly a thing that just from a technical side point, it just makes sense for them to do it. Like, not even being greedy, it just makes sense for them to be like, yeah, you know what? One user account shouldn't be able to simultaneously be participating in 100 chats at the same time. Major break risk, because hideous environment. We need to get these rooms sorted. This is becoming a fairly urgent problem now. I'm also going to put on the to-do list to smooth out our break/rec room. Let's see. You can actually load up 10 copies of the same stream sometime for reasons. But yeah, so the idea is to try and prevent basically one account from simultaneously, and it's not even watching the stream, it's being in chat in 100 streams at the same time. It's mostly, you can ask around with a bunch of creators on the platform that there are a lot of bots that just drop into channels, and like I said, they just scrape data, which is basically doing data collection most of the time without the creator knowing any otherwise. They just show up as like another viewer, and over time, a number of bots like Firebot and all that, which is what we use, they actually have a thing where they'll list known bots, so you're aware, oh, you've got a bot in your channel. And not all bots are nefarious. Some of them collect data for legitimately positive reasons. But the vast majority of the time, when a random bot pops in and starts collecting data, you're not particularly excited about that. It's not a warm, fuzzy feeling kind of thing. But yeah, so it's tackling that kind of stuff. If you want to spam redeems, you can have each copy with the redeem selected, ready to go, so that you can click the redeem on each. Excellent. How long do I have to build that structure? Because we've been ignoring that. 13 days. Alright, so we're gonna go here real fast, and we're gonna say zone. I don't want to keep canceling them building the roof, because I want to get that fire break built, but I keep canceling in the short term to deal with stuff. The heat wave is over. Okay, that's nice and short. Insulting spree because you are missing the true symbol. Look, man, I have a limited... Don't kill each other, please. Because one of the two of you is actually really good at... Okay, that's fine. I was say one of the two of you is actually really good at melee, and is a little worried someone's gonna take an arm or a leg off of someone. Wouldn't be the first or the last time per colony that happens. Alright, so the big problem is my construction person's getting all tied up trying to build a fire break around here. And part of what's tying them up is all these trees. I'm gonna have to stop them. It's only annoying because I can't choose to, like, be, you know, go, hey, don't work on this right now. I have to, like, cancel it out and then put it back later. Okay, so you should be all square now. Because I need them to build this over here. Well, smart enough to put cooldowns on redeems, so I can't do that here. That was one of the first things I learned, was like, everything needs limitations of some kind for the redeems. Whether they're global cooldowns for everyone, or an individual-based cooldown, or like a limited number of redeems per stream. Like, they just need something to mitigate someone blasting. It was like one of the very first streams, too, that I had someone was just spamming the hydrate cooldown like 10 or so times in a row. It's like, okay, now you have to do 10, you know, hydrates. I was like, you know what? No, I don't. And then I put like the cooldown on it.
Take a sip. What's the worst that could happen?
But you have to hydrate. Well, right. There's a difference, but so like the whole point of the hydrate emote or hydrate redeem is to get content creators to basically take care of themselves, kind of thing. You know, be like, hey, reminder, you need to drink something. Because it's easy to just like get into the you're performing, you're doing your thing, and it's tough to make yourself take breaks, kind of thing. Which hydrate's not that big a deal of a break, but it's tough to, you know, take a break, kind of thing. But it is one of those things that very genuinely, yeah, talking a lot dries you out. Yeah, no, it'll mess with your voice and all that when you're talking a whole lot. But it is one of those things that, you know, you just need to stop and take care of, kind of things. But, like, that's one of the challenges with the food. Like, for a lot of people, just the timing and everything works out where they can eat their dinner and then stream. Just because, you know, me and Tomb, just with their different schedules and all that, that doesn't work out as well. That I end up needing to make food happen during the stream time. It's partly because I also stream for a long time, to be clear. You know, make that a little bit larger. Shrink the zone so you don't include that. And we'll go down here. Basically just expanding these grow zones that are getting cut apart by this. And we have Senja Cookie on an 85 stream streak. Another person getting the full 85, ridiculous number of streams caught without missing one. So thank you so much for that. It does mean a whole heck of a lot that you catch basically literally every single stream since they introduced that thing. That's two people we had to redeem that today. Well, not redeem that, whatever. They announced that, whatever. That they hit the 85, so that's a big deal. So thanks so much for continuing to tune in. But yeah, no, it's those things that, like, the eating thing can be disruptive. Like, it was a redeem I had on the channel for a while that people could redeem to, like, make me eat my dinner kind of thing. And Cerise the Mage, Cerise the Mage also redeeming a 65 stream streak, so 65 streams without missing any. which is also ridiculous, so thank you so much for all that support. It means a whole heck of a lot. It does mean a lot to me that, like, so many people do keep up with all of that stuff so much. Let's just go right for the xenogenetics, since that's the whole point of this run. It'll circle back. But what this does mean is it is time to put the ACs in. Yeah, no, that is a thing. Like, the stream streaks haven't been the most reliable thing, so it also kind of sucks for people who are, like, going for it and all that, and then lost out because Twitch decided to be Twitch. As Twitch do. Alright, so get this built for the credit here. I've got so many cassowaries inside my perimeter right now. But we are slowly trying to make our base nicer. Like, we're starting to pay because we don't have a proper barracks that's nice. We don't have a proper rec room. We don't have thing. Yeah, you've used the stop procrastinating. Yeah, that's fine. The reason we actually got rid of the eat your dinner is I made it a one-time per stream redeem, and I had, like, in the text, it's like, do not bring this up until, like, 9 p.m. EST. Like, do not bring this up to, like, dinner time, because I deliberately wait to eat my dinner until my wife is home, that, you know, so that way, you know, she has dinner as well. And it was just, I think in the entire time I had that redeem, it got used correctly, like, twice. All the other times it got used, like, right away at the beginning of stream. And so I was like, alright, well, I'm just taking it away. Like, and sometimes it was the same people doing it. That's like, look, you're not listening. People don't read. It's what the answer is. People don't read. So I end up getting rid of that redeem entirely. Because it served no purpose at that point. Which I'd had that whole talk. It's like, this is to remind me to do something I need to do. When you use it as a joke, it ruins it. You're elected to lead, not to read. Which I even had a redeem or two that what I actually did is I went into the redeem settings and I went and said, this individual user isn't allowed to redeem this redeem. Because they only used it maliciously. Yeah, no, I did get rid of the ending of the stream immediately, but that's because every single time it came up, the only discussion was about using it maliciously, like waiting till I was in the middle of a charity stream, or like that I got like a giant raid and then using it there. I'm like, alright, well, I know it's joking, but there's going to be that person who doesn't do it for the joke reason. And you know, it's always kind of a gag thing and whatever. So I got rid of it. I think that did, yeah, mid-hype train. Well, that's the thing. That's the only time it came up was people were like, oh, we should use it now. It's like, all right, well, the problem is you're going to have a bunch of people who are just joking, and then you're going to have the person who actually does. Which, the stance I've always had, it was even in the description, was like, obviously, if you're using this in a malicious way, it's like, one, I'm going to ban you from the channel. But two, I'm not going to respect it. But it just ended up being a thing that was more of a problem than benefit. So I was like, okay, you know what, it's just going to go away. It's gone. You should add an extend stream 3 hours? No. If I did something like that, it'd be for cash. Not for points. Is it the point of that kind of thing, a troll redeem? It can be. Like, we actually had it, I think we had it used once. But the entire idea behind it was like, if, you know, I'm playing a game and I'm getting frustrated, people can redeem it to be like, alright, you know, take some time to yourself. Like, do that kind of thing. But it's when you're doing troll that is actively harmful to the channel. I mean, that's not good.
Take a sip.
Or like just to give the person a day off. That's how it's usually used. But I noticed a lot of people got rid of theirs as well, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of mine. But it says, Rual is too responsible trainer for any of us to need to use it on him. I don't know. Every time it comes up to a discussion talking about, like, my streaming hours, half of the other creators I talk to, they're like, is it bad that I immediately want to tell you need to stream less? To which my response is, it's like, no, it's not actually bad for you to say that. Like, it's a totally understandable and reasonable thing to say. Isn't declaring victory kind of trolly? Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing, is you just declare victory. It doesn't do anything big. We added a thing on Discord when people redeem that they get a special label, so they show as someone who has declared victory. But like, it's entirely just to, you know, be like, hey, I've collected a whole lot of points. No, you've got, well, that's the worst thing is I think we have 3 people have declared victory. And only one of them is showing because the others are mods. And so the mod takes priority over, because the way like Discord and that shows your roles is it only shows like the highest visible role. And mod is like, you have, you know, the host, then there's mod, then there's declare victory kind of thing. So because they're mods, the declare victory doesn't show. It's kind of like the same thing that when I make someone a mod, their VIP gets hidden because they're a mod and mod's seen as a higher priority. Sorry for banging the mic. Okay. Why are you not finishing that building? It's not like urgently needing doing or anything, but it's weird that you're just leaving the last 2 tiles unbuilt. That's it. You could have a redeem to switch to another game. Then you put up a vote for a few, including the current game. My only hesitation with that is I would probably need to make the redeem expensive enough that people wouldn't just troll with it all the time. Because if I made it like 1,000 points or 5,000 points or something like that, it would be like 2-3 times a stream someone would do that. Like, not necessarily the same someone, but, you know, that would probably happen. Which we could sit there and work around that in some ways, like, make it, you know, so it costs them a decent amount to deal with. And that can also be a headache, because you gotta remember I am streaming to YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. So when someone, like, forces the game change, that could actually be very disruptive. Because then I gotta go through all of the things and switch the category and all of the things. And all that. I had to say, you find it amusing that the raise adds 1,000 lower. Yeah, you gotta group up if you want to bring it down. That was a very deliberate. Automate all the things? There isn't really a good way to automate the YouTube stuff, unfortunately. And then TikTok's also annoying because you have to use their player. If I didn't have to use TikTok's player, it'd just be as simple as pushing one button to go live and shut it down. I'm honestly wondering if they just let me use OBS, if I switch the category in OBS, would it just happen on TikTok as well? Because that would be the dream, because that means if I could get them to give me a stream key as opposed to making me use their thing, then I would be able to just very easily, like, I wouldn't have to think about it. I hit go live and hit the one button and it'd be live on both kind of things. Yeah, let's see. You're in an ADH moment where you have 50 plus games and you can play like 6. I could play and like 6 streams I could watch, but my brain is saying no to all of them. Well, I appreciate you're here. Yeah, now brains do that. Ambrosia Sprout. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I were to do a redeem where you could like force a vote to switch the game, that I fear that would end up being more disruptive than beneficial to anything. I also don't want one person who happens to not like a game kind of thing to be able to like trigger an event that affects everyone like that. Like that's I know I do the thing where you can use points to weigh in on the vote and all that to give an edge, but someone can push back in that moment as well. So it's the vote was already happening, but someone, nudged it one way or the other. What? Why are you not finishing the last 2 blocks? Get it done. Flags farms him as adult content. Yeah, it's like that kind of stuff. It can be like that is my one big beef with how TikTok runs their stuff. Is just the fact that when you have low viewership, it can kind of be one person that can derail everything. Because, like, they just want to troll or whatever. But so you could find one that puts up a vote for a new game for all to weigh in. Yeah, I don't know. That's the kind of stuff I'm really leery about. Just because let's say literally all it does is you do the redeem, and it automatically puts up a poll, and that poll is like keep playing or switch games. And you don't get to determine the game or anything like that. But like you could literally just basically voice that you're not really into this game. And especially as a variety streamer that I have had problems in the past. I've talked about before where like, no, the mods have put up the poll. Okay, but that's another thing the mods have to deal with. But I'm not saying no, I'm very hesitant to do it. I just feel there's like a lot of opportunity for people to make trouble. And not the good kind of trouble. The trouble kind of trouble. Yeah. I don't know, I fear stuff like what would end up happening is I would end up getting in the situation where I start building up kind of a an audience for a specific game. You're willing... Oh, that's to destroy a camp. Nah, I'm not doing that. That's caravanning. I don't want to deal with that. I was like, you're gonna send 3 people at me and give me like 58 rep? Yeah, I'll do that. And it's like, no, you need to go to that. I was like, I don't want a caravan. But yeah, so the hesitation around that is there's been different points this channel has kind of become where I play one game admittedly too much. Project Zomboid, RimWorld, that. Where I play a lot of one game. Because I tend to do this. I tend to jump into a game, I get really into it, and I play it a lot. That is a lot of... Why are you throwing so many people? We're really not on a high difficulty. I mean, the answer in all honesty is... because what's happened is we did get a, we did get three healer mech serums right away at the beginning of the game, which is ridiculous. That's gonna be a rough raid. That's a lot of people it's thrown at me. So that thing. But yeah, so I kinda binge a game for a little while, and I do keep stuff going on. But the issue is because of that, I start building up an audience for that game specifically, and it'll be the moment I switch games of that kind of thing that people are like, "Oh, when are you playing this game again? When are you playing this game again?" And I've had to deal with people like DMing. It's like, "Why are you playing this stupid game?" It's like, "This is nowhere near as fun as the other game," or like all the like super toxic things I would get when it came to Why are you moving? Oh, you're going to the marsh. Like the number of things that like. I had issues where constantly was dealing with anytime I'd play a different game and Product Zomboid, someone would have a good numbers day in Product Zomboid, and I get a DM being like, you feel pretty stupid about not playing Product Zomboid now, don't you? And it'd be the same people that when I do play Product Zomboid, they'd be like, oh look, you're getting decent numbers. Clearly you should be playing Product Zomboid. My fear is those people actually do have literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of points from watching every single day when I played Project Zomboid or RimWorld, whatever, and I would almost expect them to like every single day pop in and do those kind of nonsense. And it might not be a realistic concern, but it's the kind of thing I'd worry about. You're in melee, you're not allowed to be able to hit me with a bow? They want them shooting down the line. Did you? Yeah, it's a friendly fire shot. It's what I figured it was going to be. Okay. So he held up through the fight, so that's good news. We need to get that fire out before it spreads too much. Alright. That's a, oh yeah. Nuts, the one who was DMing me, I banned them. I banned them and blocked them. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to start the queue. There you go. I actually keep my DMs closed during stream, almost explicitly for that purpose. It's just one of those things that, like, when someone's like, oh, can I link you, link you whatever, it's almost always a problem just because, you're gonna rest. Who are doctors? So far away. You're close. It's just one of those things that, I don't hardly get any DMs that are important during stream. Like, the DMs that I care about end up happening on Discord. Because, like, we have the mod channel, that kind of thing. Or if a mod is like, hey, I got a question, they do that there. Not want a new pawn? Did I... Oh. No. I generally am very picky on the pawns I get. Oh, an elephant self-tamed? I can get behind that. So you keep Discord open? Because I know you've DM'd you a moderation thing before, and you're right on it. Yeah, no, it's, if you DM me stuff in Discord, because, like, literally I don't have Twitch, the website, open on my computer. Because, like, I've got up here on this screen, I've got TikTok, I've got YouTube, and then behind it all, I've got Discord, so I can see the alert column. Down over here on the right, that's OBS, and then the music player. Then I have the game on the main screen, and then the left side, I've got, YouTube and TikTok chat, and a bunch of statistics related to channel, the redeems that are happening, the thing that lets me know when ads are coming, and then up here I have Twitch chat. So, like, there's so many things. But yeah, no, because honestly, you want to know what 90% of the DMs I get are on Twitch? Hi, I'm a graphic artist. Are you looking for new emotes? Hi. And then if you respond, hey, will you follow my channel? Hey, could you shout out my channel? It's like, I don't know who the hell you are. I've never heard you say anything in my stream. You've never been around. No, I'm not going to shout out your channel. And if you did pop into my channel after you DM'd me that, and first time chatter, or like, hi, I'm gonna, like, on principle, I'm not gonna do it. Because now I know you're only there because you're hoping to get yourself a shout out. Like, you're not here for a good reason. You're here to self-serve. But, like, I don't get... The only useful thing I ever get in my DMs on Twitch is someone will bring up something that we need a link, and then they will link it to me in Twitch and usually say, hey, can you link that to me on Discord? Or a lot of times they'll be like, yeah, that's not something I'm going to bring up right now. Okay. Let's see, would you rather shout out a regular if you know they were about to start streaming, after you've seen one or two of their early streams. I shout out anyone I know who is another content creator that I remember, because there's times that people mention they're a content creator and I just genuinely forget. There's a lot of people, and unfortunately there isn't like there's a badge if you know if you're partnered or whatever, but there isn't like a badge like, hey, this is another creator on the platform who streams regularly, whatever. But I pretty much shout out just about any other one I know is streaming as well. Not literally everyone, but pretty regularly. And I got a shout out for Pankraru. Just randomly. I mean, Pankraru is a friend of the channel, but that was random. Who's been playing some Darkest Dungeon lately. Plays a lot of like turn-based tactical games, like XCOM style games and all that. Greatest pink squid on the internet. Right. To be clear in the future, don't shout someone else's channel while they're in the middle of streaming if like if I'm wrapping up or we're talking about them or something like that, but like literally plugging someone else's channel just randomly, it's not really a good thing. Like, we don't get wrong, we shout out Pankraru very regularly. I just don't want that to be a habit where it's like literally every evening, it's just every 15 minutes. Ultrasaurus has gone live. Simcopter 1 has gone live. Drongo has gone live. FG Square has gone live. Sui's gone live. Yes, and I'm happy they do, but that would be extremely disruptive. Yeah, no, anytime like I'm discussing someone, absolutely they should be shouted out kind of thing. Why is everything the way it is? Don't you dare attack. Can we uninstall that real fast? Uninstall. Do it now. Pick up telescope. Do it now. That's fine. You can destroy that. Hey, Jaywalker, how's it going? Because that person had a break and their goal was to destroy the telescope. It was like, we're not putting up with that. Oh yeah, no, I get, yes, Pankraru is a regular who is a content creator. The point was more when we have someone who pops in and they're like, hey, you know, if for example, like, you know, we see all, why are you downed? Why are you downed? Oh, food poisoning. Where are you down? You're in bed, okay. Like, you know, if someone's popping into chat, you know, we will shout them out kind of thing. It's not that they have to be here kind of things. But yeah. But generally we will shout out people who we know are creators when we see them in the channel. Cuz it's also kind of disruptive. Cuz like imagine Pank sitting over there is going, "Why was I suddenly shouted out by Don't hit the other cassowary." Like, it'd be actually really distracting when someone shouts you out and you have no context as to why. Like, there's been times where I've been chilling here and it's like, you were shouted out to 258 people by whoever. It's just like, okay, I mean, I appreciate it. What? It'd be funny if they raided the channel in the next 5 minutes. Oh no, that would mean they'd end stream very early, which usually is a bad thing. People tell you when a shoutout happens? Yes. You can disable that. But when someone shouts you out using the /shoutout command, it will notify the person who was shouted out that you got shouted out. You love the new hair. Is it gold? Oh, it's just the lighting. Like, it's still the same color. Honestly, when it dries up, like, all of the front is getting to be, like, between lavender and gray because it needs to be re-dyed. It's like sort of gray, sort of light blonde because, you know, it was bleached to do the dye. And I don't have enough dye to do like another full go of it. And I keep saying I'm gonna, you know, fix the one spot that's really bad with the last bit of it. And then just a million, like, I've got too much going on right now that it's not getting done. Yeah, no, it's, Yeah, the backslash shoutout is the built-in Twitch one, which has lots of benefits to it. And a lot of people independently do like an exclamation mark, you know, SO or equivalent, using their various bots. And there's fun stuff you can do with that, like have it play clips from their channels and those kind of things. But it doesn't trigger all the extra Twitch stuff. So it's kind of good and bad. All right. Let's see. So you have an email from my director's director. What should I be expecting to happen in this meeting? I mean, it could be anything. It could be your director is in trouble and they're like filling you in what's going on. It could be like, it doesn't necessarily mean doom and gloom. Like a lot of people be like, "Oh no, you're getting laid off. Oh no, the horrible thing. Oh no, burn everything around, around you." I've had many times I've been pulled into the office by like the CTO, the CEO, my boss's boss, and these things. They're like, "Yeah, we're just doing a touch point, like we want to make sure," because there's a problem you run into that good companies will work around this, where you'll have how you're doing, you'll have your boss, and you'll have their boss, and so the information about how the people underneath your boss kind of trickles up through your boss. And there's definitely times that just to make sure everything's on the up and up, the people above your boss will want to reach out to the people that, like yourself, just to make sure that they don't have a problem that your boss is hiding, kind of thing. Not that they suspect something, it's just a good thing to have as part of your structure, to have one-on-ones that don't just necessarily follow the chain of command, that sometimes they skip down the chain one. That way, that's one of the ways you can deal with when, say, for example, there's inappropriate advances by someone, someone's boss. That's one of the ways those get brought to light, is the boss's bosses, "Hey, is there anything that you're concerned about with, the person over top of you?" And it is a way to go, "Hey, actually there is a problem." And it can be a way to, give people the comfort that the company is listening. Because the company doesn't want a lawsuit on their hand. So they are ready to jump in what they think is best, which may not be in what's your best interest, which a lot of people will let you know. But a lot of times, if it is one of those things that comes early, they will, throw the person causing the problem under the bus to deal with them, kind of deal. In that case, duly so. But yeah, it is one of those things that you don't know what you're going into the meeting, what's going to happen. It could be good news, could be bad news, could be neutral. You won't know till you get there. It is one of those things that, as they say, you shouldn't worry about it till you have the bad news. I obviously would say that in an incredibly hypocritical way, because I hear that kind of thing and I absolutely sweat over it as well, even though it's almost never been something I've actually had to be sweating over, but you don't know. It's the same thing when you have a significant other, someone you care about, and they go, "We need to talk," but they don't want to talk right then, kind of thing. Why is everyone beating up the doctor? Leave them alone. They don't have some, like, negative trait. They're literally kind. Because, by the way, it seems like you have a room that could make that big square area under the temp prison. Could be a big, good bedroom. Yeah, no, I see that. The only thing is it only exits out to that side. We might do some with that later. I want to keep them focused on the other stuff they're building right now. Go get your bow back, because I'll forget about it. You're the other one getting in a fight. You're just nimble, like... What is happening that you got into a fight? Urse subtly scorned Lord Love's nephew's origin. That is a weird thing to go. It's like, your nephew was of questionable origin. This was random. Okay. But yeah, no, it's kind of one of those things. Don't stress yourself out of the battles you may or may not have. Like, stress over the ones you do. Because if you stress yourself out with problems that might not exist, you're just going to drive yourself up over the wall. Because every time you see anything, you'll be stressing out.
What's the worst that could happen?
No, the queue resets every single stream. And we do that way, we don't have someone pop in for one stream and then they're on the queue forever, even though they've never come back kind of things. I want to give people the opportunity to keep coming back. Alright, so I need you to build faster, please. Alright. And Lord is also our cook. They're our doctor and our cook, and everyone is just beating the crap out of them again and again. I'm actually, you know what? Wake up. I'm gonna heal you. I shouldn't be wasting it on this, but I do need you to get like back to actually being able to help around here. And because everyone won't stop beating you up for 2 seconds, for I don't know what reason. So you're in serious pain because of food poisoning. Why do you have sky-high expectations already? That's what I don't understand. Everyone else is just barely hitting moderate. And Captain Broy's like, I have the moon worth of expectations here. You want to make it so you have to go bio? I definitely use the restroom regularly during stream. Like, just go to the bathroom. Like, that's... Well, I mean, that's the thing. If you keep beating up the cook, you're just gonna get more and more food poisoning. It's the same reason you tip the people who feed... I mean, one, it's the correct thing, the nice thing to do. But there's a reason you tip the people who serve you food and cook you food. Because, you know, you don't want the person who's feeding you to be pissed off at you. That's how you end up with spitting your food. If you're lucky, that's as bad as it gets. But yeah, it's just generally those things, like, you know, you depend on all these people, like, you depend on all these people around you, like, everything from, you know, your cab driver, like, you know, yeah, people who prepare your food, people who serve your food, people who, clean stuff around you. Like, you depend on all these people to keep things functional. Don't treat them poorly. Let's see, if you want to make your purple hair dye go farther, by the way, you can dilute it with some hair conditioner and you get a softer color. Oh, I'm not worried about that. I appreciate that. I'm kind of at the point where it's gotten long enough that it's probably just time for a haircut, because it is getting to be pretty snarly. And so it really does need to be trimmed. And I've had people ask, it's like, oh, you're going to go dye it again, right? I'm like, well, probably not. It's a lot of maintenance. I've enjoyed it. It's been really fun doing it. And I wouldn't be against, you know, in the future doing another redeem to, well, not a redeem, do another, like, milestone where if we do a certain thing, we can have the hair get dyed and people can vote on the color again and all that. All that's certainly on the table. But for me, just dyeing it for me, I mean, streaming doesn't exactly make a whole lot of money. And getting your hair bleached and dyed is not the cheapest. Good. Thank you, Dolphin. But yeah, so it's one of those things that, like, when I need to get a haircut not too long. It doesn't look like bad right now because it's still wet. Well, it's not really wet. It just hasn't, you know, started to fluff up from being dry. But when it does, like, the whole front half it's getting to the point the dye is basically gone, so it's like grayish blonde. So it just needs to be cut to so it's not knotting up anymore. Because, man, the other day, like, it's not quite a week ago, I was combing, I got, like, a really bad knot, and I took out a chunk of hair. It was like the rest of the day, like, I had, like, a spot on my forehead that was just, like, tender from where I'd yanked out a bunch of hair because it's knotted up real bad, and it just happened to be where, you know, the way I was combing it, I had lots of leverage, so it just went rip. We need to get these rooms done so we stop having these fits. We lost Cookie right at the beginning. That's the whole thing. Yeah, no, so it's like, it was super hot outside that day, so I was getting, like, really overheated, and then I had a bit of a headache from yanking out hair that morning. It was like, so I was generally having a good day, but it was just one of those things that there was a lot of things that were, like, still not great. And the reason they're all angry is because these rooms are all messy and not organized and all that. And that's because we have one person who's stuck with the construction, just desperately trying to keep up. I don't know if I want to go to the giant army of that. Bald? Yeah, no, that's it's always an option. Alright, so we've got the xenogenetics researched. I think the next thing we're going to end up going for is smithing. But we are going to make, very early on, a laboratory. That'll be on the list. That might even be what this ends up being. That's actually exactly what this could be. So we could wall it off here, here, and there. Put a door here. What are you gonna go destroy? You're already here. How big a stack is that? No! I can't do anything. It's already on it. So a full 40 components destroyed. Screw you. I do honestly think when it comes to components, they shouldn't destroy the whole stack. It should be like they hit 1 or 2 components get destroyed. They hit 1 or 2 components get destroyed. The fact that they can annihilate a whole stack in a matter of seconds is rough. The problem is, I mean, the fire break's almost done, and that's just the issue, is I've had them working on that fire break, and that is just costing them time. But we'll make this room into our xenobiology. No, it's like platinum blonde. It was originally blue originally. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so you need to get a haircut. The old dye job is around the bottom 4 inches. My now mid black hair. Yeah, so I've got dark brown hair as my normal hair color. So it is getting to be like kind of like silvery blonde in the area that had been bleached to accept the dye. And then it goes to like brown. When it's purple to the brown, it's not bad because it's a dark color to a dark color. So it's not super obvious unless you look at it. Like, you can see the distinct line, but as it fades, it gets worse and worse. Which, it's funny, on stream, usually the more it's faded, it looks better on the camera, but it looks really bad in real life. Nah, it's fine. You can just stay over there. Yeah, so what we're trying to do is just get, honestly, the bedroom set up. Oh, adopt him? Nah, he's got psychopath. I don't want to deal with that. Psychopath means he's going to get a lot more fights, like social fights and all that. And honestly, social fights I find to be one of the more frustrating things to deal with in the colony. Like, I very genuinely go out of my way to not take traits that lead to lots of social fights. So, like, abrasive, psychopath, meandrous, misogynist, all those kind of ones. That's a solid do not pass go. You're not getting in my colony. Not unless I really, really, really need the skills you got to offer. And even then, I usually will still go, yeah, no. Alright. Yeah, so we just got this last area. So Soul Adams was helping cut down the trees. But the reason we're making the fire break is just to keep that under control. I keep wanting to not cancel that. That's the thing. And I need to, because I have other priorities, and I'm mostly not canceling it because I'm getting tired of doing this thing where I say, work on it, no, stop working on it, work on it, no, stop working on it. They don't give us an elegant way to deal with that problem. Hey, Kiona, check, how's it going? Like, your only thing is, like, untask it, or to lock them into a zone where they can't go over there, which makes it very micro-y, versus I wish I could just go priority 2, priority 1, and they would just work on that. And you can set it based on task, but not an area. Because I need them to get the break room nicer. I need them to get these bedrooms knocked out. So I get them out of here so they lose all those disturbs. Do I seriously have the wild man inside my home? That we only momentarily had a door open and they ran inside the house even though there's no food here for them? Come on. He wants to be adopted. He does, but I'm straight up saying no to psychopath. Like, it's one thing at the beginning when you're juggling your people and taking some negatives and positives, but I am a player who, when it comes to bringing new people to colony, most runs, I'm going to be extremely picky on who I let in, because a bad colonist is way worse than not having a colonist. Okay, so you're done putting the roof up there for now. The good news is we're at least getting most of the roof up little by little. All right. I'm still salty we lost 40 components to a tantrum. Like, normally I'd arrest the person for that, but they were standing at the components, which were right in there in that stack spot. But they were standing on top of the components when I saw them, like, no one's gonna get there in time. It's too late. But we're dealing with their breaks because our break room is considered terrible, our rec room's considered terrible, our bedrooms are considered terrible. Because they haven't smoothed any of the floor, put down any art or whatever. Hey, Bentley, how's it going? But we are getting the rooms carved out. Requesting laborers, and you're willing to give me a tough, slow learner aesthetic who has artistic and medical and is generally good. And it'd be one person for 8 days. Or I could take standings. I mean, slow learner does suck, but not that bad. New guy trade. That's the thing, is do I want to go for the rep to try and push for allied, or do I want to take the colonist? Because we can send Usei. They're mostly just helping with the mining for the moment, so I could spare them. Because it's only an in-game, like, half a season. Because slow learner does suck pretty bad. We're doing that. Slow learner on your doctor is likely you won't make any progress unless people are like really getting messed up a lot. Versus reputation, we can get the reputation, try and push for allied. Yeah, we're 2 points shy of allied. We hit allied, and then they'll help us in a jam potentially. So there's like a value to it. And Captain Brody can also mine when they're not busy doing construction. Well, the problem is they also lose XP over time as well. So they can actually be at the risk of de-leveling their doctoring. You do actually, if we watch, let's see, here's a skill. Yeah, so those have hit bottom for the story. But you can actually have them where they lose progress towards a level over time. If I remember correctly, at least. A wild woman wanders in. A volatile cannibal. No. Get out of my home. Build that door. I don't want them coming into my home. It's the person's grabbing food and then wants to eat at a table. And that's what happened, is they're eating at the table, which is making them go inside my house. Hey, Infinity Simplex, how's it going? Really? Could you not botch that, please? Endure in intense pain again. Because food poisoning. Alright. Chickens join. I'm gonna regret this and I know it. But, pen marker. So we're gonna prep. Poor chickens are gonna get absolutely murdered. What is with the raids being so large? Like, we're handling that, but for our difficulty, like I mean, I keep saying this, but the issue is they gave us 3 heal mech serums, so our wealth is very high for the size of colony we went. This is not great, only having 2 people can shoot. And a lot of them are going to be melee and try and rush in. Might be wise to give away some of your wealth. I have had no trade caravans. We've actually set up so all the factions are hostile by default. Well, I mean, other than the Empire, because they don't start hostile. So we literally have not had a single trade caravan to give anything away. Just real fast, go grab that spear. Thank you for your contribution. Oh good, they're social fighting on their way in. That helps my cause. You killed your own person out there. Okay. So go rescue... Well, I mean, capture, but... Capture them, and I did see it's unwavering loyal. We're gonna patch them up and send them out for reputation. Standings, whatever they call it. Kind of hardcore. Yeah, that actually worked out because it meant 2 of them were already weakened on the way in, so we got lucky with that. So patch them all up. At least do your best to try and patch them up. Holy crap, we messed them up with that submachine gun. Are you able to keep one of them? One of them I could keep. I don't think I'm going to. Because like the only skills they have are combat, and I don't really need another combat pawn specifically. Because keep in mind, colonists are wealth in and themselves. I need more people who can do stuff like construction and growing and all that kind of stuff. That's because they're only 15. Wasn't 15 where they are an adult? They're a teenager. I don't think they get. They should already have multiple passions on it. They're basically a combat pawn. They're to me more useful as a Oh, come on. They're to me more useful for purpose of getting standings. Go build that real fast so you can potentially get some of those chickens, maybe. Yeah, because we want to make some friends and all that, and that's the way we can make friends, is by catch and release. But yeah, no, I tend to grow my colony so far as the people very slowly. I get really picky about my people. At what age in RimWorld are children no longer helpless babies? Well, it's only like 2 or 3 or whatever that they can equip a weapon. They still can't take a hit, so they die super easy. So it depends on where you draw the line of when are they not helpless. But yeah, it's only like at the end of like 1 when they become like 2 or 3 or something like that, they become a toddler, and then they can run around and they're not quite as bad after that. Sorry, it snuck up on me. I almost didn't get the mic muted in time. Alright. You grow the size of your base so fast compared to how fast you gain colonists? Yeah. Well, this time I boxed off a much larger area than I normally would. This being boxed off shouldn't be adding our value too much. I think the big things that are hurting us is stuff like these, the mech heal serums. Those are pretty rough. I've just got lots of stuff in here. Because we don't even have, like, electricity hooked up. We've only mined out this one little area. Our wealth is a problem. This I agree with. But, I think it's just we've got some high-value items we've gone through. And then we had, like, the masterwork submachine guns gotta be worth a decent amount. Let's see. In RimWorlds, it's best never to give them weapons or have them fight until they're adult because the AI ignores them unless you force them to fight. Not sure if they hunt. Also, 10,000 wood not helping. There's a reason I'm leaving the wood outside. Is I know a bunch of it's going to deteriorate. But that's one of the negatives about living on swamp and like swamp and jungle tiles. Maybe do wooden floors? Oh no, I'm just gonna let that expire out there. Like, we'll use what we use, but I'm gonna let most of that rot out there. Well, sucks to be you. Can I force you to be released now, even when you're... 'Cause you can get up. No, you can't. Because if they survive long enough to get up, I could send them on their way. It's fine, keep roaming. What's up? But it'd make them happier if they had nicer rooms. I'm fast to put up. Yeah, I mean, right now, though, I only have the one room. Like, don't get me wrong, I could put down... Actually, can you just slap down wood floors on here? I haven't tried this in a long time. Yeah, we could. Okay. Read the above message. The making them happier. Wood floors also wealth, correct. I mean, but smoothing it out. All that. You want to drop wealth? Use the healing mech serums? Oh, I mean, I could do that, but I don't want to. Those are extremely valuable. And I could get one itchy scratch off a torso is the only thing I could use them for. I'd rather save that for when someone gets, like, brain damage or, you know, something more significant or cancer or whatever. Like, I'm not someone who's going to go out of my way to, like, try and deliberately burn down the wealth. What about the other pawn not on the map? I think they have one's... Actually, I don't know if they have a scar or not. Yeah, no, it's not really worth me destroying it. It's not to that extreme. Yeah, you're just not gonna get up. So we'll get innocent prisoner has died because they're still. Why am I getting another raid this fast? And they're all melee. They were prepared for a while, yeah. The game wants you to have more pawns? Well, the game doesn't give you more pawns this way. The game will, like, literally drop shuttles, all sorts of stuff. Like, the game will absolutely pressure you to get more pawns. Where are you going? That's fine. Stop trying to break holes in my walls. This is bad. That's a lot of melee on me. Come on, move. There, finally. Okay, so we're all right. Okay, so you only got a couple stabs. So that's not that big a deal. You with the Equa, go ahead and grab yourself a new spear. Oh, 7.5k. Oh yeah, no, like I said, I understand. I have too much wealth. I get this. I was expecting to have an additional pawn earlier because we had gotten Cookie, and then Cookie died of disease. And I could reset it. I don't like going through and readjusting my stuff here, and that's a me problem as the player. I just don't like adjusting down and adjusting up and adjusting down or moving from the zone. And I know that's just a mechanic of the game that I gotta deal with. Alright, so you're all patched up. But we'll get more pawns in. I'm just being picky about it. If we die because I'm being picky, we die because of being picky. It's something I used to not have nearly as much of an issue with in the game. But as I played the game more and more, my tolerance for micro has gotten less and less over the years. Like, the microing in a fight I enjoy. Yeah. You sound like you don't like playing the game. There's mechanics I wish we could add priorities to. That's basically the biggest thing. The fact that I have to keep, like, zoning this and unzoning this, that actually really annoys me. Because this genre, almost every single one of them lets you prioritize those based on location. and RimWorld is just stubborn and will never do it? What? Why are those not allowed? What? Why is all my food not allowed? What are you doing? Oh, what is your Okay, we're killing this person. I wasn't going to kill you, but literally they're just going through harvesting all my stuff one plant at a time, and it's making it so they're not... Like, that I can't... They're not being allowed by default. So, sorry, but game logic was saying because you picked it, I'm not allowed to take it without a headache? What are you doing? Where are you going now? Attacking the tool cabinet? Go shoot that tool cabinet, man. I got plenty of steel. Yep, no, I'm aware, Dragos. I saw. Hey, Captain Brody, how's it going? But yeah, no, we've talked about it before, that there are games that even if you really enjoy it, it does become a thing that, what goes from being something that, like, oh, that's quirky and weird, but no big deal, that those things, as you play a game, go from, like, quirky and weird to kind of annoying to frustrating to infuriating to, like, that kind of thing, and it's the same mechanic, it's just your tolerance for it goes down. So, like, the micro here is annoying me. That's been a thing. Good, you have a job interview tomorrow? How about you? I'm doing pretty good myself. Good to hear you got a job interview tomorrow. But yeah, so it's only like certain specific things that annoy me in the game, and it's the micro that doesn't feel meaningful. That's the thing that bothers me. Oh, one thing before we forget. Don't build a roof there. But yeah, best of luck on your interview.
Take a sip. What's the worst that could happen?
Hey, Bad for Beans, how's it going? Alright, so we're finally getting the geothermal built. You know, get that all sorted. That's all queued up still to be worked on. Just gonna take Captain Brody time. It's actually one of the reasons why in this game, I've for the most part stopped doing single pawn starts entirely. You lost your job about a year and have been out of work the whole time? Yeah. Yeah, that's no fun. Alright. Okay, so we have our freezer online. That's the first move. We also are going to need to smooth some walls out and all that, so I could run power cables in the walls and whatnot. So I'm queuing up more than I really should by a very large margin, because that's just what's happening. Yeah, I worked in 3 years. That's no fun. Innocent prisoner died. You consider yourself responsible? Individually? They died of infection. You tried to save them. That's messed up. Okay. And I will also need to smooth out that wall to run a power cable through it. Alright, so we got a group of 3 refugees showing up, so bring them along. Why do we have a mad cassowary now? Can we not? Hey, Woot, how's it going? Alright, because we got the refugees here, and they are all adults, so we're going to drop all their weapons so they cannot betray us. They're going to have a bad time with the mad cassowary. wherever it was. Where's the Mad Cassowary at? Oh, there you are. Okay. So let's grab this team. Start dropping them down here. Alright, we can start moving them back up here. Okay, all sorted. Let's quickly look at our new people popping in here. So you can warn childcare. Honestly, everyone can go ahead and get whatever help you can chip in, get it done. We're going to see what we could do. Do not cook, you're terrible at it. Why do you have to be like bad at everything? Let's see. What, for some reason the game reminds you of Prison Architect. Yeah, aesthetically they're very similar. Ooh, we actually got a person who can, 2 people can potentially help with construction. Yeah, no, aesthetically they have very similar vibes to them. Oh, here, you can help with construction, don't worry about crafting. Yeah, no, they have similar aesthetics. I'm trying to remember, I believe RimWorld was inspired by Prison Architect for so far as the art style, not the other way around, but I can't remember which way it went. Yeah, no, it's just the nature of how the pawns look. They do have a similar aesthetic to them. Alright, so the good news is that gave us extra construction people and all that to help out. We will need to go and do this again, where we're going to just plop some sleeping spots in this room to cover for the refugees for a little bit. Alright, because this will get rid of some of the wood, as well as with all that construction, we're going to start seeing them smooth out the floor. So it's kind of good that we got 3 refugees that we can sit there and just go, okay, just start working on it. Get it done. Please stop botching the construction. Okay, smithing is done, so we'll go on to machining. Keep the tech moving along. Pretty soon we'll start being able to give ourselves some helmets and all that to lower the risk of death in fights. Yeah, so get all this down here. We want them smoothing out. That way I can, 1, run a power cable across this way along the wall here. Make it available to this room. We're going to do all the Xenotech stuff. We can start getting the bedrooms, more of them done and cleaned up and whatnot. And keep moving on from there. Hey, Jack, how's it going? We can also go here, because we're not going to use that space. So let's queue that up to mine. That's an unusable set of tiles, so we'll get rid of that. Same there. Starting to just queue up like all the little cleanup things we can do that don't really matter. Alright, how are we doing on time? Oh, it's already 9, okay. So pretty soon, too, my wife will be home. And then I'll have to take a quick, couple-minute break real fast to run down, welcome her home, and grab her dinner kind of thing. Alright, so that's all blocked off. Cool. So they've extended the Skill box, we have a cassowary self-tamed, so it's chosen death because you can't train him, so it's not worth me doing that. Like it's 2 a.m. for us? Gotcha. Yeah, no, for me it's 9 p.m., but we usually go to about 4 a.m. my time. As a reminder, at the second half of stream, we will be playing Styx Shards of Darkness. I have a redeem called Make Me Play over here on Twitch. That basically you can get me to play a game that you'd like. Just have to redeem the points and all that. And that was one of those redeems. So I'll be doing that here in the later part of the stream.
Take a sip. What's the worst that could happen?
You know, you're gonna make me introduce a limit per person of how many times it can be redeemed. Not even joking. That's probably what the result of this is gonna be. Is gonna go and add a limit. Okay. You do talk a lot and you're keeping your mouth hydrated. I get that. But, like, it's one of those things that if it gets way too much redeems, then I usually end up having to make the cooldown longer, put other limitations in it. Because, like, if everyone just stays on top, like, literally every 15 minutes making me drink, that actually gets to the point where it starts to be more of a distraction than a benefit. Introduce a jar? I don't get where you're going with that. 1 second. I don't get where you're going with the jar. I was just about to say he's not even joking. Alright. Make a redeem to end redeems for 20 minutes? That would be a big pain to set up, unfortunately. Alright. Yeah, so they're getting upset. The barracks has moved up to mediocre. Yeah, no, it's just the whole thing. It's like, it's coming up every couple of minutes. I was like, alright, so I might have to sit there and adjust it. It happens. It's one of those things that, like, when people, like, if people are on top of using the redeems and the commands, like, the cooldowns can end up being too short versus, like, normal usage of it. They're usually okay. Alright, so we're gonna queue back up the build a roof, because I've been lucky so far that we haven't had a real bad fire pop in here. But depending on luck for this is not the winning strategy. Because that way we have our fire break. But yeah. Okay. So hopefully they get that finally done so I can stop needing to worry. Because the big reason I need this to be done is that we have a fire out here. It can cross over and just go to the thing. Let's see, do you know when your next stream will be? So I stream every days, but Thursdays from 7 p.m. EST till 4 a.m. EST. So the only day I don't stream a week is Thursdays outside of, like, you know, exceptions like holidays and whatever. Or if there's something big going on that, you know, mixes up my schedule or whatever. Alright, so the freezer's online. They should be smoothing stuff out relatively soon, because this is done for now. I wonder what even is the cooldown. Oh man, the cooldown's got to be short. Some of those are only like 10 minutes apart. Let me go check that. Did, like, my cooldown get eliminated on or something? Alright, so grab you, bring you over here so I can actually see you. Channel rewards. Oh, I think that's those ones that's entirely... No, it's right here. Edit. Colonists have been returned. Thanks, game. Gotcha. I think that's handled Twitch side. I'll have to adjust it. I'll worry about that later. Yeah, no, I know you're playing game as well. It's just one of those things. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Good job bringing the little baby chicken in here. Alright, that's probably gonna be a mistake, but we will make... Where are you at? It's not the sleeping box. I'm looking for... Was it Misk? Yeah, egg box. And we will go and have to set rules for animals. So manage auto slaughter chickens. Do not at any point let there be more than 20 chickens, of which no more than 2 male. And we can leave the rest. That way we have a source of eggs to make better food. And also at this point we can go here and say, okay, you make an extra 20. And you can also make fine meals. And make 20. And lavish meals. And make 20. Make Sai tea for the rest of your existence. We will add vegetarian fine meals of 20. And that's because the vegetarian and the other ones, they don't take the same area. So if you want to have the option of lavish meals and you don't end up having much meat, that's a whole thing you deal with. And even though we don't have any children, go ahead and make some baby food just because we have a freezer. It's not like I care. And I'm not gonna worry about pemmican. We have a freezer. I'm not gonna need it. Not until we start having to deal with like long caravans on it. And what's your deal? Why are you upset? Dull barracks. Slept in the ground, ratty apparel. Well, the ratty apparel's you. So that's the unhappy about sleeping situation. We're working on that right now. Uche should be getting that sorted out here in not too long. Stop ruining my plants. All right. I didn't want to do that, but they're just pulling up all my plants and destroying them. And no benefit at all to me whatsoever. You're hiding in your room because you're hungry with like 20 meals. Come on, man. Okay, so you're researching. That's fine. And you're getting pretty close to finishing the last of the fire break. Okay. There are so many floors to smooth and all that to make this nice. That's fine. That's always the thing. That's one of the big reasons why a lot of people don't smooth their floors. It's very time consuming. So it is one of the ones that people tend to avoid. Food binge, unsightly environment. We need to get these sorted out. Like, they have smoothed some of the tiles down here, so they're getting started on it. I think they're actually doing that when I told them to get back to making the fire break. You don't smooth the floors, you make floors? Most people do. Most people do make their floors versus smoothing, because it's just so much slower to smooth it. But hear me out, the smooth floors look really good. And aesthetics matter. Okay. It's really an unusable space as well. Okay. That'll probably become something. Eventually we're going to make a field hospital up here somewhere. Let's see, and smoothing is probably less total time in labor points than cutting the blocks, hauling the blocks, plus construction time spent. I would say they're probably similar in time by the time it's all said and done. But I don't think it's like generally I find if you build your floors, it does seem to go faster because you can kind of divide the work out between two different skill sets. And usually around the time you're dealing with that, you have a crafter who's available to work on things. Versus when you get way later, you don't. Okay, so you're still on the list to take care of things. That's fine. Alright, so we can go ahead and assign those walls to be smooth so you can run the power cable through it when that's done. And we are making more and fancier food. Why use a crafter to make floors? What concrete they use is steel? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, but concrete still has a beauty penalty. So you'd probably want to go with like paved tile or something like that. Which is also slow to build. Because the whole reason you're messing with the floors most of the time is to take away the beauty penalty. Like if I hold Alt here, you'll see all those -1s. I believe concrete still gives a -1. Versus if we go, like you notice in the bottom left-hand corner, the 2s and 3s down there, where we did smooth the floor. Okay, so we got betrayal again. Do you start working your way over here to help? You're already in position, you're fine. You deal with that one. What are the movement speeds between the two of you? You're slower. Alright, so you're on your way. You're on your way. You're dealing with this. Because Captain Brody's already in the fight. Don't kidnap them. Oh, you grabbed a weapon. I can work with that. So you lose a... Okay, you're just bruised up. I can work with that. Okay, so that's pretty annoying. Nothing new or surprising, though. Haul that back. Okay, so what's going to end up happening here is my wife Tomb should be home by now, or just about to get home. So what's going to happen is going to be taking a quick, like, 2-3-ish minute break while I welcome my wife home, grab some quick dinner, and be right back up. Because I do stream for 9 hours a night, so at some point, I got to take a break to make a little bit of food happen. So I'm going to do that really quick. In the meantime, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will be back in just a couple of minutes. So stick around. Well, at least we did enough damage, it's gonna die. No! No, no, no! What have you done? Why would you punch a warhead? You're alive.
It's amazing that you are alive, but you are in fact alive. Literally everything in Storge just got exploded. I don't have anywhere that needs power generation right now. Take that back, I do. Well, that's a game over. As well as 556, the big downer is we don't have a gun that uses 556. They're extremely rare. Like the weapons that use like 556 and that, the ammo is almost irrelevant because you'll never find enough guns to actually use it. And unfortunately, the gun's the only way to repair. You'll definitely never find the gun that uses it. Storge. Walter's asking me questions about my coffee bean dealer. I'm not telling.
Raj is hot.
Raj is hot.
Yeah, he is. Good for Raj.
Yes, good for Raj indeed. I love you.
I love you.
Too much is like, Raj is hot. Good for Raj. Raj is like, I know. I am dapper AF. But I'm not telling. I know what he...
Okay. You saw that crazy move? The one where I advanced on him with the axe, like hit him with the axe and ran through him. I did not feel good about that move, but I'm like, man, I'm getting cornered here. Well, that is the end of that character. We killed 86 zombies, survived 4 days, 10 hours in the game mode Apocalypse. And now our character will wander the server, or not server, this world as a zombie.
Get more involved. I don't want to be here. I missed. Well, here comes the train. I don't think enough time to move, so back it up, 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 back it up. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, that's what you want. Let's do this the uncontrolled way. All right. I didn't do that right. Since you had dice roll. Oh no, it's when you win the roll, so arguably you get more consistent amounts of maintenance if you have higher maintenance. Thank you for the follow, Psy Omegas. Welcome to the stream.
No, 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 no. I got hit by something else. I saw the trigger too. And I got... Alright, let's open the door behind us. That's not the way I wanted to run. Crunch, crunch, crunch. That's a happy sounds. That's the sounds of progress. Colonist needs a rescue. Oh, right. We were already working on that. Because we got betrayed by the refugees. But thank you. I do apologize for the whole delay and all that good stuff. But, you know. Gotta take care of things. Please get this corpse out of the house. Why is there random cotton here? What is happening with half this stuff? She got home safe? Oh yeah, no, we're good. Yep, yep. Oh, you're very dedicated and very good streamer. Well, thank you. Yeah, no, to be clear, over on YouTube, I don't have a whole lot of an audience over there. My main audience is over here on Twitch. We usually sit around 90 or so a night when we get to kind of like the peak hours. Takes a little while to warm up and all that. Did you tell her hello from us? I did tell her hello and all that. She knows chat watches out for her. No, watch out. She's like the main reason people tune in. Let's be fair. Alright, so we still have the tattered apparel. Oh, tattered apparel on you? What part is... Why are you wearing a tattered shirt? There should be spares. Oh, because you didn't finish. You started a shirt and it's just been sitting on the floor the whole time. I understand. Just... Are you not assigned to crafting or what's going on here? No, it's your highest priority. Okay, whatever. They'll figure it out. She sure is. I mean, it is what it is. I understand. Okay. So you're back in action. So the hope would be that when White Jaguar gets up, that they will, you know, run over and finish that shirt, because we got tattered apparel penalty on Captain Brody. But they are starting to smooth out the floor. I got a pocket over here that's done. I got a little spot over there that's done. A little pocket up here. But they'll get those rooms smoothed out little by little. And as they do, these mood breaks should get way better, because this will be our rec room and our classroom and our dining room. So you get like triple whammy on the bonuses. We'll also want to get that as our temple setup. We are slowly moving people out of there. And getting them their own rooms so they stop taking the disturbed sleep penalty. Because that'll also help. Because that's one of the things that's going, is you'll have disturbed sleep. It'll be like 4 times or 5 times up here. Stop just walking past the corpse, please, and get it out of here. Same with that corpse. Okay. Uh, 22% chance? Ooh, actually. Make your move. Good luck. Maybe you'll find the romance on the rim you've been longing for. Or it will go badly. It's one or the other. New lover. Usei tried to flirt with Lord Love by joking about tribalism. Lord Love responded well and is now Usei's lover. Aww. There is love on him. So you're willing to give me a giant amount of toxic waste for some pretty nice things, admittedly. But no. But we might do Mechanator stuff later that causes lots of pollution problems, but that's a later us concern. Right now, I just need to let my people get the construction caught up. Which, sadly, this does mean... Oh, you need to grab your spear. This does mean where those other refugees were helping us with smoothing out the floors and that, they're all out of here. So it's back to being Captain Brody on their own. Let's also go here and go orders, chop down trees. The reason I'm assigning that is that means Soul Atoms, as they have availability, will run through and chop down the trees, which will speed things up. If they ever have availability, because they're farming the world. Alright, so you got a little while to heal still. I'm accepting the fact that this isn't going to be the priority for the moment. We're not going to remove roof. We're going to ignore roof here for a little bit. Okay, so we got electricity. We will go back here and get plate armor going, so we can get flak armor going soon. Ever try a no meat challenge? Honestly, that's the way most of my runs end up anyways, because the plants are a very reliable food source versus it's honestly harder to do a carnivore challenge because there's a lot of the characters aren't particularly efficient when it comes to converting animal matter into meat. There's a pocket there. There's a tile missing right there. There might be more in there, but that's fine. I actually don't care. We'll just wall. Not putting lovers in the same bed? They won't because we just chose the ideology on the beginning. So we just go to their ideology here. We didn't change anything, so almost certainly, yeah. Yeah, so they have a negative, you know, penalty. That's the default. If you don't go out of your way to be like free love, that's what happens. And don't mind me, I'm going to mute my microphone because my wife gave me cheesecake, so I'm going to eat that real fast. Someone hacked your account and changed the name to a cooking channel, and it won't let you change it back to the original name for 9 days. You have no intention or interest in cooking on YouTube? I'm willing to go on a limb here and say that you probably didn't get hacked actively while I was in the middle of the stream. If that did happen, I don't know you would bother saying it to me. That's something to take up with YouTube. But regardless, I'm going to mute my mic, I'm going to eat this food real fast, and we'll get back to it. Doesn't love getting a plate +3 each time? Yes. Like, don't get me wrong, them sharing a bed is a good thing for their mood, but you know, their mood and everything. It's just by default, almost all the ideologies would be like, spend time in bed together. Ew. Why would you do that until you're married? That was a different account. Yeah, no, it's just like, I don't know. Like, when you see that type of stuff as a creator, you just be highly suspicious of it at the door. Because they rarely are something other than trolling. And if it isn't trolling, if it did happen, again, I'm not the person to be complaining to. That's you go talk to YouTube if your account has been compromised. All right, so I'm gonna mute my mic and do this. Yeah, I wasn't worried about the fire. We've got our fire break on here. It's doing its job. I've got a surplus on all the plants. That's blocked off by stone walls. So there's really not a whole lot that fire could have gotten to that would have been that big of a problem. And on top of all that, on a swamp tile, it's going to rain constantly. So all it did was it cleared out a whole bunch of trees. Alright, unfortunately, our storage room is basically full, and a big part of that is this giant mountain of fabric. Alright, melee group up there. Alright, this attacks immediately, and unfortunately this time we're in the rain, so we're taking an accuracy penalty, which is really not good for us. But it's not like you get a whole lot of choice in the matter. Let's get everyone into position as fast as we can. Is our elephant trained for combat? It is. So follow master when drafted. So at least we can throw the elephant into the fray as well. I know they're going to arrive at the same time or separate waves. There should be separate-ish waves. That's at least something working out for us. They're all good, Wood. Alright. Trying to get the elephant to be in front. Not that far. I've already commanded you back. It's fine, whatever. I'm not that worried about the elephant. Wall hacks. Just straight up wall hacks. Killing people even though they're like a full way around the corner. Alright. Slowpoke, who's kind, jealous, and beautiful. You're not really inspiring me at all. So capture them. Who is our other doctor? Ish. You can capture them. Do your best. Patch him up and ship him out. Exactly. We'll see if we can save him. The one was pretty badly injured, so we might not get back in time and be able to patch them up before it's too late. And how are you doing, elephant? Very, very stabbed, and definitely not gunshot by me. So furniture, animal sleeping spot. Where are you going? You're just wandering. Lost a lung. Sucks to be you, man. Okay, and you'll be released right away. And you'll be released right away. Okay. And so with this, take the Jade home, take the pemmican, take the weapons, take the other weapons, take the other weapons, this, the drugs, and the Site. If you really want to up your social, convert them first. Yeah, I just don't want to deal with them. I'd rather take the reputation, especially on a swamp tile. Most likely the way we'll get our social fix is I will just find someone who's got social. Because it'd be one thing if we had a person who had like terrible social but a good passion for it. I'd be like, yeah, let's go ahead and level that, you know, make that happen. Okay, we'll have to fix those walls. I'd be like, yeah, let's go ahead and make that happen. But right now, honestly, it's like, it's fine. Okay. Nose could just stay there. I'm not too worried about it. I'm really hoping those other components didn't just rot out there because I lost track of them. I'm a little worried. I mean, we have more, so probably not. Okay. And let's see. So you're cooking now. Oh, sorry, you're doing the construction. You're our cook now, who does art as able. We'll definitely want to get the art added in here. Probably right away, actually. Make large sculptures, details. Do not use the steel. Wood and stone is fine. Do until you have 10. Because then we can go and start making these rooms nicer as well by just dropping, you know, dropping a piece of art there, dropping a piece of art down here, that kind of thing. That's fine. Yeah, so you're working on smoothing the floor little by little. Cool, cool. Because every little bit is going to start giving us bonuses. And also because we released a prisoner, we do get a mood bonus for a little while. It's not a big one. But those lavish meals are doing work. The mood bonuses are doing work. We'll get there yet. Oh, we got the 2 nests with eggs in them. Keep making that happen. That spot of the wall can go away. And honestly, this spot of the wall can go away too. Alright, so we got the plate armor, so next up is the flak armor. We're going to end up running into problems in the later game so far as steel and components. Because for those who didn't watch, I set this up. Everyone hates us, is the way we started this. We will actually get some to like us over time. And for those words like, oh no, but if you become friends with everyone, no one will attack you. There's still the bugs and the mechs. They're still around. Don't worry about it. We probably won't go out of our way to like make everyone our friend. But we're gonna have to earn some friendships on the map to win them over. Get ourselves some source of materials and whatnot. Okay. I'm not sure why you don't want Ushe and Lord in the same bed mood debuff. Only applies to the ones in the bed together. But the love and buff will outpace the debuff. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what the sharing a bed with someone who wasn't with you. I think it was something like -7 or -5 or something like that for sharing a bed with someone. No, actually, I don't even think it's that. I think literally the ideology will forbid it. It said -5. Gotcha. I'll let them figure it out. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. We'll fix the ideology on the other side, and that'll make it all good. So pretty soon this should start saying, yeah, decent dining room. So we've already started getting a positive bonus as opposed to a negative bonus for that. So we are slowly working that place up. But yeah, no, it's just not something it's not even like I have a strong yes or no for it. I just don't care, is really the gist of it. I don't want to deal with it, so I just don't. Like those are the kinds of things I just don't bother with anymore after being in the game for like literally thousands. Slept in the cold? Yeah. It's 56 inside here. We'll install heaters and all that once we get the power in there, but right now the power's not here. Quickest way to get over someone is under someone, but RimWorld. The other thing is the moment I have them sleeping together, the risk of babies happening becomes the thing, which we'll do. Potentially, we'll start going that route. But right now, having our person who doesn't really do stuff for the colony at the moment, just mucking things up, making it so I need more spaces. They are, but right now I don't have bedrooms for everyone, so I'm trying to get that taken care of, and it's going to be, you know, literally a couple in-game years before the kid can do anything. It can give them a mood buff or penalty, depending on how the baby's mood is. But yeah, like the very big genuine thing. Yeah, the happy baby is a really good buff, and then the unhappy baby is a really nasty minus. Or I think it technically says like crying child or whatever. So there's pro and con with it. Basically, if I get a baby, I need to build cribs and I need to do a bunch of other stuff to get all situated for it. We already started making the baby food. Actually, I put the baby food in the higher priority. There we go. I'm not worried about going after that right now, though. I mean, we'll get it sorted out. Because also when they go in the same bed, they don't always get the loving buff. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's just not a priority. It's really the gist of it. It's not a priority. I don't know, sit there and micro be like, go to this bed, now you also go to that bed. I honestly think, so was Uche, I think if I sit there, you see I can't even assign it. Ideology forbids. The ideology has to change before they'll do that voluntarily. There's ways you can make it work, but like I said, right now it's just not a thing I care about. Okay, and how's this going? So you're still at awful bedroom. You're stuck indoors and you want to go outside, which, I mean, you're literally outside there a moment ago, and now you're complaining that you're soaking wet because you went outside. I feel like there's no winning with you. I thought it prioritized walls over floors, so I'm a little surprised with that. It's still fine. But it would have been nice if it was the other way around. I don't want to sit there and take the time to be like, no, just the 7th wall, cancel floor. I don't want to do that. They'll get there when they get there. And the chicken population grows. Alright, so Uche is starting to work on the temple. That's the next thing. Set the wires to build. Build will prioritize the wall being smooth. By default, if I run the wires through here, I actually don't remember if it'll let me, but usually it'll actually cut down the wall, it won't smooth it. So you're probably thinking a mod interaction there. Because unless they change something, I can't even run it through there. I'm pretty sure you're thinking of mod interaction. Another preset to be smooth? It says no. Then we go to one that's not built. It also says no. So you're thinking mod interaction. Nope, it's a mod. It's 90% of stuff people suggest to me is a mod. I have no idea. I don't have the mod, which is, I guess, kind of the point. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, no, that happens all the time. Like farm sim, that's been happening so much lately. It's been happening so much lately. Where a person's like, why don't you get this? And it's like, that's not a thing. It's like, oh, is that a mod? It's like, yes, it's a mod. And it ends up being like literally every other suggestion is a mod. They're like, oh, okay, I didn't realize it was a mod. Probably replace stuff mod? Yeah, I've used replace stuff mod in the back. It's not a bad mod. It's a real solid mod. I got rid of most of my mods because I was running into problems where it was messing with the events in the game and I didn't know which mod was at fault. I tried some troubleshooting, then just got frustrated. Where, like, there's a clip on the channel we have that it's something like in the course of one clip, which is like a 30 seconds to a minute, we have 7 separate negative events happen. And it was just like I had an entire stream that was just like, oh, that's not cool. Usei flirted with Captain Brody by half jokingly complimenting her muscles. Captain Brody responded well, and Usei and Lord Love are no longer in a relationship. So now Lord Love is really upset because they've been cheated on. RimWorld, why? RimWorld is like, there'll be no happiness on the rim. Only pain. The drama is real. I still remember, I think it was the, oh man, was it the first time we did the Arco Nexus run on the channel? I can't remember if it was that run or a different run. But we had a run where we had 2 people hook up and got engaged. They eventually got, or I think they hooked up, they got engaged. I can't remember if they got married or not. But then when the one went into a murderous rage and attacked the other one. But the person they attacked was my incredibly powerful melee pawn, so absolutely demolished them. And, you know, they stuck to the colony and they hated each other. Like, absolutely despised each other. And were constantly bickering and fighting. And then after a while, they got to like each other again, got engaged and got married again. Like, oh my god, please just stop. We also had one of our colonies where, just bad luck, we had a person go through like 4 wives or whatever because they would get married, a fight would go wrong, and one of the people would die. And this poor person was like just going after through person after person after person. Like, oh my god, Rim, let this person have 2 seconds of happiness. Why don't you? Why do you have to be this way? Yeah, no, sadly, Rip Poity is gone. I don't know if the person who took the clip deleted it, or if their account got suspended, or there was just a time that a bunch of clips got lost to the channel. But it was one of the ones that just vanished. So the Rip Poity clip is just not with us anymore, unfortunately. I know a lot of channels lost good clips when there was a like, I don't think it's deliberate. I think like maybe the Twitch servers suffered some like data loss or something. Because a bunch of people lost random clips. That's actually one of the really big bonuses of the highlight feature. One of the big promises of it is if someone takes a clip of my channel and then I highlight it, even if they delete the clip, it stays. Whereas it used to work, if they delete the clip, it's gone and there's nothing I can do other than downloading the clip and then re-uploading it to keep it. So the highlight feature is real nice to take the time to highlight stuff just to make sure it stays around. Alright, so Usei's getting those bedrooms knocked out. We finally are getting the floor smoothed in these rooms. So slowly but surely we're getting, you know, the plus. Kind words. I've been bestowed with kind words. What a nice person. Heck yeah. Clipocalypse. basically. It was just people started noticing that clips from is a couple month, like a 2-3 month time frame, a bunch of them went missing. And like the best we were able to find out is like Twitch had suffered some like data loss or whatever. Like it wasn't a malicious thing. It wasn't like, you know, whatever. Yeah, yeah, kind words. That's again one of my favorite. No, I don't have EMP yet. No. One of my favorite traits more than anything else is the kind trait. This trait, to me, is such a powerful, powerful bonus. Because it decreases the risk of social fighting to not, like, it's not 0, but extremely low. It reduces the chance of going into insulting spree to almost nothing. The risk of them randomly insulting people is very, very low. So it prevents, like, so much in the way of social fighting. And then on the rare occasion, you get those little bonus, like, kind words or whatever. So it's just straight up a win. There's no drawback that I really care about. Because, like, you look at it, I believe it says, like, uncertainty goes down faster. Yeah, so they lose certainty a little bit faster. But who cares? Like, just the random other nonsense you're going to deal with are going to be way worse than some certainty lost. Alright. So we're cooking lots of food. We're getting a bunch of supplies out of here. We're starting to get Saiti in the area as well. Taming the elephant? Yeah, we had an elephant random tame, so we went ahead and trained it. But you can console to forget fatness? I can. I forgot about that. So you're the one who's upset. Hey. This isn't going to really go that well, I don't think. Ooh. Yeah, so we're going to fail it, but it's a chance to gain some social. 21% chance of success. Very clearly, we're going to knock this out of the park. Oh, they became upset. That's really unfortunate. It's -3 for one day. Oh, I did, didn't I? It's fine. It's too late now. Ultimately, the chances of success, because we're dealing with a social of 2, the chances of success are basically none. So, we would have just failed on the person who is miserable, as opposed to failing on someone who's not as bad of a mood situation. There was still a chance. Well, that's the whole thing, is we rolled the dice and we lost the roll. If we lost the roll here or there, it won't really matter unless it was going to be significantly different. And I suspect it won't be. Prioritize hauling those. That way we get them out of Captain Brody's room so they take not quite as bad of a penalty. Alright. If it is a 20, I'll allow it. A DM. That has been said many, many a time over the years by many, many a DM. It's like, look, man, if you roll a 20, sure. You can talk to it. It's fine. Actually, let's just make it the 4. Now I'm going to do something I normally don't do. You can even have yourselves a nice little table in here. I wonder if the I've never tried. I wonder if they will recreation inside this room. I would be curious if you can make the room nice enough I'm gonna do it. Why not? Let's blow up our wealth. What's the worst that could happen? Mad Tortoise. Is he part of our better diplomacy through prisoner exchange program? Rolled a 1, critically failed. Your character Trip went face first into the ground and have died. Your character tried to drink water, failed miserably, and drowned themselves on their cup of water. Your character thought about breathing a little too much, and then couldn't prevent themselves from thinking about it, and then collapsed from not breathing right. Okay, we're not actually particularly well set up for this little problem. They're not breacher or anything like that, right? Okay, so they will prepare for a little bit. So I am going to run right up to the door and engage them up close. And the reason we're going to do that is because they're all ranged. The only one's a real problem is the Scorcher. But if we get in close that we can catch them in melee, we should be able to knock them out pretty easily. But if we let them, if we go range to range fight, I'm liable to lose probably multiple people, honestly. Especially the pikemen have had problems with just popping me in the head every time. I could also use the low shield and just be done with it. I don't really want to waste it if I don't have to, though. Alright. So. I'm just going to have the animal immediately on that. So you just really want to try and get them tied up with the elephant as fast. Don't go out that door. Why are you not following? Why are you not following? You're drafted. You have orders to follow when drafted. I really need you to be involved here, elephant. You are an actual big part of this plan. Elephant, please pick up the pace, like, all the way. Elephant, why? Why do you commit such treachery? Oh, right, they still get a whole ways around. Get in there. Who are you following? Who are you following, Elephant? I can't remember who is your master. Who is your master? Usei. Usei, run all the way up here, get the elephant to go in the maze. No, Usei, please. Please. Elephant. Good job. That's all I need, is I need the elephant to take point. Where are you going? Stop. Elephant, don't be a hero. It's fine, we didn't put the row of towers so we can actually go back here and give help. Okay, so that wasn't exactly the way I wanted that to play out, but it'll pass. So Elephant got shot up pretty bad, and Soul Adams got a minor burn, like minorly hit with the burning weapon. But the big point is that'll work. We will allow mech corpses in here. And we will set that to be a high priority, those to be a high priority as well. Because those are components in steel and sometimes plasteel to have. So we've got a pretty nice little prison going on there. It still should be like smoothed out and all that. We're making it nice just because we can. Because if your prisoners are in a relatively good mood, you don't have as much issues. Honestly, you know what we could do? I can make it when I have a prisoner, we just have a shelf with food on it. Art will help too, though? Yeah, no, we've got art to be done. It's just not getting done yet. Okay. You're cooking all the meals you can. Getting our bedroom sorted and all that, which is good news. We'll even put a light in here in the long run. Basically make the prison like a decent apartment. Smooth? Yep, we'll do that too. First I want them to get this down here first. Like, I know I queued that up, which is distracting them from that, but I was like, let's do it. It's getting rid of some materials and all that, whatever. We're not doing any of this in what would be like a meta strategic whatever gameplay. Because if you're looking for someone to min-max, you will not find that here. I will just go ahead and let you know we do not min-max here. We do what we feel like. Busted ship. Okay, so another marine helmet. Yes. I'll go for the marine helmet. Getting allied would be really good as well. But also, when I can't even make flak stuff yet, and marine helmet. Ooh, that's actually a pretty sizable force you brought. They'll probably all get decimated because just run up into melee with your guns, because that's what usually happens. But, you know. You are actually armed. Okay, so mostly melee groups. There's not a whole lot of cover to work with over here. What I'm trying to do is not shoot past them any more than I have to. Cool. Good enough. So you didn't die right away. So we will save you. We'll capture you and clean up. Nicely done. Deconstruct that and allow all this stuff. And all their good stuff got destroyed, but that's fine. Cool. So that is going to get us a marine helmet for 1 bonus. And the other thing is going to get us is potentially 12 more standings with whichever group this is with. You hate Death Acidifier? I mean, if they didn't have it, like, you would just immediately betray the Empire and have, like, completely decked out equipment. So it, like, it does... That's not what I want right now, okay? So you're dealing with that for a minute. Oh yeah, no, exactly. You do like really need it to balance things out. It's just too powerful otherwise. Oh, come on. I need you to finish bandaging that guy up so you can join the fight before this gets bad. How badly hurt you? You lost a toe. Elephant, I need you to move forward, friend. You'll figure it out, Elephant. Don't worry. Okay. Let's see, if they're using a mod to remove the acidifier, they may as well dev mode and give themselves the armor and all that. I mean, yeah, it's like, it's those things. It's a single player game, so play however you choose. But it definitely does get to the... No, don't shoot back there, you literally hurt everyone. It is those things with stuff like that it's very easy to eliminate all balance in the game, which is, again, totally fine, actually. I don't actually have a problem with any of that. But it's a thing to be mindful. It's like, if you're going... I don't disagree with the idea. It's like, hey, if you're going to just remove these things, then it defeats it. What was royalty thing? When you were getting rank? I mean, that's just the royalty thing, honor. Okay. Medical emergency on you. You're already set to be released, so that's good. Could you make it stay dead, please? Alright, so one of our beds did get destroyed. As infestations do. It's fine. Yeah, no, that was when royalty was first being introduced. That was the whole thing that was super unpopular about. Why is... You literally have mountains of food. Why are you starving? Why are you not eating? There you go. I was like, you're literally getting malnutrition. And you weren't even in the fight. Yeah. It'll take us forever to get those rooms looking nice at the rate we're going. All right. Yeah, so you'll be released now, so get out of here. There'll be some more standings for us.
All right. The Captain Bro needs to rebuild the beds because they got destroyed by the infestation. Okay. And try it again. Ah, good. A solid 18% chance. Oh, you actually succeeded. Good. You're basically over being cheated on. Let's see. Ceremony. During the ceremony, you can heat up the room until the Imperials faint. You build a thick throne room with 2 stone walls. Put a lot of heat. Put a lot of heaters in it. The Empire go in. And you have to do that. Yeah, no, that's I'm familiar with the exploit. That only works with that the increased rank ceremony, because they have just the way it's programmed. The person will not leave. Like if they start starving and all that. There's a couple different ways to do it, but yeah, it's just the ceremony. Most of the other Empire people, if you send them in there and you heat them, you take a negative penalty for them dying under tile. But that specific one, there's ways to cheese it. But yeah, that's literally using an exploit. Which is fine. Like, no judgment for people who do that. But it is using an exploit. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Tynan patched it so that you'd take the mood penalty for them being downed inside your building or something, or just change the event where if things get dangerous for them, they'll break down walls or whatever. Tynan is pretty well known for when people find cheesy ways of doing things. It'll be forever till you get an update, but when like the next DLC happens or whatever, just randomly patching stuff out when they're that cheesy. Yeah, there's been 2 or 3 videos about different ways to abuse that particular event. Transport pod crash. You are a high mate from the looks of it. You are. You're sickly in the swamp. I don't think you get to stay. I'll patch you up and ship you out, but sickly in a swamp, you're just going to die is what you're going to do. They try to break down the walls, but tombstone walls they can't break all the way. Yeah. I honestly don't mind those mechanics, but those are things you'll never see me doing a run. Like, I don't even do the trap mazes because it feels too cheesy for me. Like, I'll do them in a pinch when we're doing, like, a challenge map that's like, okay, I get it, I have to lean in on the meta for, like, the challenge run. But if we're not doing a challenge run, then yeah, I avoid all that stuff. Disease infection. Good old sickly in the swamp. That was absolutely going to happen without question. What's her stats? So she's actually got really high social and medical and all that. She's a pacifist. It's the sickly is kind of the deal breaker for me. Awful immune system in a swamp means she's already dead. And she's a high mate, which means if she pairs up with one of my people and then dies, they get a really bad mood debuff that's very sticky. So she is a liability is what she is. She is what you do if you want your people to be upset about existence.
Actually, let's even move this more. We're making a giant temple. We're gonna center that thing. Aren't they already that way? I don't know what you're referring to in response. So with high mate, what ends up happening is if you get into a relationship with a high mate, you have a psychic bond where you have a huge mood, or you have a significant mood bonus, as long as you and the high mate are in the same area. You said just make them hate. I'm sorry, I don't know what that last word's supposed to be. Pay Dynamo. I mean, 74 goodwill. You hate living? Oh no, but it'd be so much worse. It'd be like a near permanent thing. No. I want that. Like, that's not a bad one. But it's, like, the bigger thing is me not getting the base in order. Alright, you're sleeping next to a corpse. None of you seem to be caring about it. I need to get a person who I can prioritize hauling. Just, like, get a jogger or something. I was hoping that the elephant would be trained enough to do it by now, but, you know, these things take time. But yeah, no, the problem with the high mate is the psychic link thing. The penalty can get real bad after a while. It can also be really good. The only issue is her being sickly and us being in a swamp tile. It'd be hard to keep her alive, is the way I'm looking at it. So it's gonna go from symbol desired to symbol not, like... Yeah, so it's -4 for not having the symbol. It's gonna be like, hey, the symbol is, like, disrespected or whatever. And I think it goes to -3. Okay. We can set that door to stay open. There's no need for it to close. Yeah, Ujde was the one doing all the hauling and cleaning and all that. But we've had them mining for a while. Yeah, so it's disrespected. It's still -4. Okay. So disrespected and all that has literally the same circumstances. Alright, we're gonna say we're gonna deprioritize you with the mining for a little bit so you can catch up on hauling and cleaning. Are you food poisoning? Yeah, you're food poisoning. Of course you are. Always and forever food poisoning. Yeah, but our food's coming along well. We're getting lots of eggs. And we are getting chickens, and we are going through them. All you need is pillars and braziers. For what? The disrespected? The disrespected because there's no flooring here. So I gotta smooth the floor, put down flooring here as well. The pillars and braziers isn't temples, that's throne rooms when you take on the titles with the Fallen Empire. I'll put the machining table. It can't be used yet. We don't have the electricity run over here yet. The smelter and all that wouldn't be a bad move, but I'm not gonna worry about that yet either. Like, this will just sit here, but I can queue up stuff on it. Pigs join. No, they don't. I know what you're talking about. I don't see any pigs. I just see bacon. Shred mechs do forever. And you will make flak helmet until you have one that is of at least 80% quality. Black pants, same deal. And we can go flak jacket. And flak vest. That's going to burn through a lot of our materials relatively fast, but you should never underestimate how important of a protection that is. Okay. So having a fire break full of wood doesn't make it a very effective fire break. But the fire will rage for a little while. It's fine. It'll rain. We'll just keep putting out the wood and all that. If it destroys the piles of wood, it, you know, technically is helping me. Yeah, all that wood just left piled over there is an issue. That's good. It's getting past the point where that's a concern pretty soon. Why do you go running through fire? Why are you the way you are? All right. Okay, so we'll have that something. Ritual opportunity soon. Right. So what's gonna end up happening for the ritual? We don't have the space for it. We need to get the drums and all that set up. Okay. So we've got all it squared away. You are hurt and getting patched up, so you're fine. And just let it burn. And here comes the rain. Did he just run into the water to put out the fire? Or was that just random? He ran into the water to put out the fire. That's a thing. We can go here and say ideology, drop that down there. So that one, a chicken died, probably caught fire. If the drum thing is unforget, a random recruit the same ideology will join. Oh, that's not my favorite. Sorry, it's a bummer one. That's the option. I have it as a whole thing where I don't automatically accept things the way they are. Or sorry, I take things like with the random thing it gives you. But then I ultimately turn around and go, oh, I wish it wasn't this way. Because I don't like the way it like enables whatever. Like, that happens so much. Yeah, so you got burned. It's fine. So we work on building that room out as well. We're still not able to make like half the equipment. We're like, nah, we got some marine helmets. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We did a quest. Evil Rual? What to do, Evil? It was more like the thing. So my big issue when it comes to like a lot of the random pawns you get in RimWorld is a lot of times it doesn't let you see what the pawn is, and I'd rather not take an unknown variable. Because what's going to end up happening is the pawn shows up and they have terrible things. For one, skipping what you asked, bacon makes better than... Bacon makes bacon makers better than bacon now? I mean, the bacon makers, you know, have to be sacrificed for the bacon. We already have an animal that's going to be producing protein for us, so I don't need even more animals to juggle. They were forced on me. They don't get to stay. Them's the breaks. Bacon's better than chickens? Right, but I already have a giant army of chickens. Okay. Go ahead and add prosthetics onto the list. We don't have a hospital yet, but we need to make one. I mean, I could act... Well, so the problem is I don't usually like having the hospital this far back. I usually want the hospital near the kill box for those cases where someone takes a really bad hit and needs immediate medical attention. You don't have to, like, run them half across the map to try and get them what they need. But none of that is good soil for building on. Like way back here. I think this is going to be one of those cases I do accept that we are going to just do this here. Oh, okay. So I can't build the sterile floor until it's smooth, so we'll just leave it alone. Alright. And we are starting to get these rooms properly sorted out. It's taking forever because we don't have that many construction people. But we're getting there. And I keep avoiding the temptation to just queue up more buildings because it is real. Because I want to be like, alright, queue up the wire, queue up this, queue up smoothing this. And then just nothing gets done because they all get partially finished. So I need to just sit on my hands and wait for them to play some catch up. Okay. Yeah, so part of the reason we went with this versus the concrete, you notice all these are a +2. Concrete, I believe, is -1, so it's literally a wash between the two. Another question is, why keep the bedroom doors open? That cause disturbed sleep? No, nope. So we look at Lord Love. They won't have disturbed sleep because disturbed sleep happens when you're inside the same room. So keeping all those doors open, that's fine. Versus like these ones will sometimes get disturbed sleep because they are, yeah, disturbed sleep because they're in the room where people are working. All right, come on. Oh, one thing we gotta do in the meantime as well. Security. Put down the 2 limestone tiles there. The others can't support weight, right? Well, I mean, one of them can. So, structure, limestone wall there. We'll go zones. Remove the roof from those 2 tiles. Because what we're doing right now is we're making it so when raids pop in here, they can't gun for my ACs and just smash through directly into my freezer. So we open that area, we put these here so a drop pod raid can't access that spot. and then wall this all off. I'm gonna hold off on doing the last spot because I'm not sure with smoothing if it'll do at the diagonal. Don't care about the shock lance. A lit campfire spot is one of the starting points. Alright, so this is probably gonna be a terrible ritual, whatever you want to say. But it might still snag us a couple development points. So begin Fiesta of Banaritro. So we have an 18% of being unforgettable, 55 of fun, 20 of boring, and 6.5 of terrible. So let's all go play some drums. It was unforgettable, and a wanderer joins, and they're going to not leave voluntarily, so we will accept them. But before they stay, undergrounder who could do construction and mining, that is just straight up a win. Do you have horrible health problems? You do. You have a bad back. I'm going to put up with it though. Bad back is a big ouch. You can fix it though. You're not wrong. And we could reform our ideology. So we're gonna go ahead and go in here real fast. We're gonna make some changes. Normally I give myself the rule of changing only one thing, but it didn't take the time to fix a couple things. So one, you could just sleep together. You don't need my permission. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And I am going to get rid of the clothing requirements for these ones because they annoy me. Preferred apparel, we will say that you prefer well, yeah, it's fine, we won't. There, so well, that's just it. So all I did is we went through here, we removed the ideology expected apparel, and we gave them free love. So it's a bit more than I normally do, but that'll do for now. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Okay, and we're still doing alright in time. I'm surprised we got unforgettable out. You know that. The odds were not great for it. Meanwhile, the new colonist gets to be Kira Liz. So welcome to the, welcome to the colony. So let's get all the permissions all set up. So Kira Liz, named, and let's get all you set. Alright, we're at the point. I'm gonna take you off of that. You're actually okay. No, it's fine. I shouldn't have them all queued up, or we'll do that. So you're actually an okay warden. So you're not going to do that. You're not going to worry about growing. Congratulations. You are team working on that stuff. Alright, we'll just take that off if we see people staying around. Alright, so we get ourselves a new person. Do we have to rejoin? Only between streams. Like, between streams, when I end the stream, stop playing RimWorld, then the list gets cleared. But it's not every time we choose a person. The queue does persist between individuals being chosen. It's just when I end stream, the list gets purged. They should do that automatically, I believe. Because Uche and... Wait, is that right? What? There we go. Let's make sure that's actually right. Okay, cool. And honestly, at this point, try and baby. I'm already doing it, Luxray. You don't need to backseat me on every move of what I should do. Okay, so we've got that going. So that reduces the number of beds we need by 1, which is perfect since we got a new colonist in, which is also not the most amazing thing because we got all that going on. So yeah, so you got... Okay. Active weather controller. Don't love it, but we're gonna have to deal with it. This is usually not too bad. We can just go over there, pop out the weather controller real fast, and head on back. We're gonna form a caravan. We're gonna go there immediately. We're not gonna wait, except... You're gonna go. You're gonna go by yourself, and you're gonna bring the elephant with you. Get out of here. Because we should be able to sneak in, pop the weather thing, and then get back out. We don't have proper like EMP, so I'm not gonna get greedy and try and like collect components and steal and all that. It'll be easier just to go in there and deal with it. The other good news is Uche no longer has to do the mining. We've got someone who can just handle that. What are you doing? Well, I guess I'll never know. Okay. Is that like... Oh, I see. The small little shelves here... Ah. I'm not gonna fight with it. The reason I'm not gonna fight with it is I have to like try and select past all the other things, and it's pretty annoying to deal with that sometimes. But I got 3 really small ones here that are miniature ones. That are an issue. Okay. We're just gonna maximize that space. I don't need to, but we are. Same there. Because why not? Same here. Will smoothing the floor in the ideology room fix the issue with disrespect? Yes. There's just no point in me starting that until the walls already moved, because every time they chip out a tile, it'll go back to being disrespected. It's not even marking as disrespected right now. Oh, it is. Okay. Alright, you made it most of the way. That's fine. Cool, cool. Yeah, so we're almost done smoothing out the floor. And then they'll get the walls. We can run the power cable through. Then we can start messing with the Xeno, like the biology stuff, start collecting those. What I'd love to get is there's one of the biotech things is where your people never have to sleep. I was not expecting a tree to be there. And if you get that one where they never have to sleep, You could do some pretty silly stuff with it. Now, there are negatives, like, if they never sleep, they won't, you know, go to bed and get the bonuses from, like, sharing a room and all that. But, you know, that's not that big a deal. Come on, give me control. There we go. Alright. So, if we zoom in... Where... Good job, RimWorld. Very, very good. We defeated the mech cluster. I think because it was on Marsh, it couldn't figure out where to put the mech cluster and went, okay, it's dead. I don't know what to do with this. It's dead. It's just fine. There's still some enemies on the map. I don't see these enemies. Oh, there is one centipede blaster in the corner, who I will proceed to ignore and leave. But there was no weather controller there. I'm so confused. RimWorld is having a moment. Is it in the wall? I must have missed the wall. But the downside is it does mean the potential of the mech waking up. It's hidden under jungle canopy, something like that. If that if like that wakes up, what is the weather? Forced weather. It's foggy rain, just fog, which is honestly pretty annoying. That's actually super annoying. I never knew there was a cooldown where you couldn't go back for a while. That's a new thing for me. Okay. So you've never seen it before, but you haven't done what it was done before? Gotcha. So what normally would happen is you go in there and there'd be like a little room that's walled off with doors and all that. And then you would have a bunch of mechs hanging around it. So the idea is you're supposed to go in there and destroy the thing inside the room. But when I went onto the tile, it says you've defeated the mech cluster. And it's like, did I now? And then I went to leave, it says there's still enemies out of town. There's like one centipede sleeping in the corner. And so it's kind of like, what? Like, in a pinch, we could probably handle the centipede. Because I think in a straight-up melee fight between the elephant and the centipede, I think the elephant will win. Not kind of the fact we'll have a Masterwork Great Bow also putting hits in on the centipede, which isn't that much. But you get the idea, is an extra contribution. Okay, so you've got that. Next on our list, we'll get gunsmithing. I usually don't worry about it, but we'll get it. Alright, so let's see what happens with this. I'm a little worried we're gonna get here now and all the mechs are gonna be awake, and that'll just be what we deal with, and I'm really hoping that's not the case. It's very, Very clearly something wasn't working the way it was supposed to. There's no walls over here. There's none there. I don't see the weather machine. Like, I think the game's straight up bugged. Yeah, Mech Cluster has been defeated and buildings have been defeated. But we're still under forced weather. It still shows forced weather. Could it be in the rock formation? I don't believe so. It's giving us the prompt that the Mech Cluster is defeated. That we have already defeated. So I think, like, literally we're on a bugged tile. Because here's the way we could tell. If we go... It's not going to work with the bow in our hands. Check the wildlife or whatever. Wildlife shouldn't show anything. Like I said, there's the one centipede down there, but that doesn't count. It's the weather machine. But if we drop our bow and then choose melee attack. Oh, it's because I don't have a weapon. It's fine. If you have a melee weapon, you can actually do a thing where you see if there's any hollow spaces. I think literally it's just a bugged tile that it couldn't spawn in the weather cluster because of just how much of a mess this is. And so it kind of just threw its hands in the air when you killed it. But this has the trigger of the building being destroyed as what gets away. So we might now be doing a permanent fog run. Because there's not... Like, it's not here. There's no wall here. This is rock. Like, there could be a hollow spot, but that's not how this works. And there's no other structure here. And killing that doesn't cancel the weather either. It's the actual killing the machine that does, which is the machine hasn't spawned. Kill the mech, maybe? No. That's actually a very dangerous mech. So we might just be on a completely bugged run. That we are now forced into a permanent fog. I wonder if I can dev mode destroy this tile. Yeah, because you can look at the mini-map. Oh, you can't really... I mean, you can see this spot. It's solid. So, we're just in a permanent fog run now. It's bugged. I've not seen that before. But, it does still mean it's a scuffed run now. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is I might be able to dev mode, like, delete this from existence or cancel the quest or something. I almost never dev mode, so I really don't know the capabilities of dev mode half the time. But this is clearly just something's not working the way it's supposed to. Alright, so not there. It was under the actions. You can finish the quest at dev mode. Alright, let's see if we can't just do that. Because very clearly it's broken. That didn't actually cancel it. Let's see, look up event. I think it's under there. All right. Let's see, actions. Spawning, destroy site. See if that fixes it. Okay. Source unknown. Dev mode weather clear. There should be a send signal option on the quest dev mode. Send signal option. So show debug. Condition closed. Yay, we won. Cool. So yeah, so the reason for those who missed what happened there is we got a bugged quest that we went to the site where we're supposed to destroy the machine, and the machine wasn't there. We would go to the tile that says, you defeated it. But then we didn't. But it wasn't actually clearing the fog. Like, we were stuck in forced weather, like, because it couldn't spawn in the weather machine, because it's about the same size as our geothermal, and it was on a swamp tile. It just kind of threw its hands in the air and went, never mind, I don't know what to do with this. Is the fog clearing now? It will go away. It takes a little bit. Your curious trigger. Oh no, it takes a little bit. Like when you have the forced weather, it usually the forced weather tag goes away, which we saw, and then whatever weather it was forcing after like half a day or so usually goes away. Alright, you're almost done smoothing the floor out. I haven't had that one happen before. I've played thousands of hours of this game, and I've had quests bug certainly, but that was a new situation for me so far as a bug where, like, the thing I was supposed to kill just did not spawn in. Oh man. So we got 3 down there. So they're all ranged. It has attacks immediately. Yes. And unfortunately, one of my few ranged people is away right now. Are away, is away, whatever. Is not present. And you're not going to arrive here before this is settled one way or the other. So that fog is working both for and against me right now. Because everyone's ranged, which is... both of us are eating the penalty. I don't know if it's in my benefit, because we're going to have... Where are you two going? Where are you two going? Everyone focus fire. Okay, so this hallway we made it, or the kill box is too big. We didn't make it with the SMG in mind. We started building it and then the SMG happened. Honestly, you two go deal with the fire. You're not gonna be needed here. This is gonna live or die by the others. How bad's the hit? Left leg. That's fine. You're probably not gonna be saved in time. Well, you might have, but then you got back up. That was your mistake. Okay. Alright, so we can go ahead and cancel those. You capture that one just so you can patch them up and ship them out for a little bit of standing, because we don't want to meanderous. Alright. At least it needs fixed if it doesn't clear. Yeah. I'm not super worried about it. It was more just like the momentary going, huh? What? With the whole situation. Are you patching them up? Yeah, you are. We do it in time? Maybe. Then you'll set them to release, so when they're patched up, we should be able to get some reputation. Wall broke, not replaced. Wall broke, not replaced. I don't see a broken wall up here. That's a door. Left side where the fire happened. Looks fine to me. It may have, like, it's already set up to repair everything. Alright, so getting the last bedrooms, medical emergency on the prisoner. We got that mostly sorted out. You're all patched up from your shot to the leg. Yeah, so that's all going pretty smoothly. Now they actually have someone who can be dedicated to mining and whatnot. So soon enough we'll get... Would you stop? You can't go over fences and all, can you? So I don't really care about you. You can get through there. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, so we're no longer in fog or in rain. So the weather is progressing. Alright.
Take a sip. What's the worst that could happen?
Okay, got redeems to make me stretch. And hydrate, and there is Ushze getting back. To be fair, we did visit the tile, we did caravan out there, so we basically deleted that quest. I mean, the only thing we didn't do is because it didn't spawn in, we didn't destroy the weather machine, but usually the way those go is you notice the centipede was asleep. Normally you just walk over to the building, you destroy it, and you walk away. As long as you don't attack the other stuff there, you can get away with it. Sometimes you'll get unlucky, it'll be like backed into a corner, they'll have like the proximity sensor that you can't just sneak your way around it, but that's really rare. So, it's just the game being buggy. You don't run to that very often, though. But that's the first time I've had that specific situation. The one I've had is if I have a colony anywhere near here, you have like an island out there and they'll choose to put it on the island, you're like, well, I can't get to that. Or like sometimes you'll have them where you have a mountain range with like a little pocket in it, and it will drop the building in the little pocket that you can't, like there's no path to, and just go, okay, you know, I'm in the tribal phase game. What do you want me to do about that? Drop pods aren't happening for a while. Collins, forced weather. You won't tell me about Collins, so nope. And then Captain Brody talking up a storm there. Yes, these rooms are almost fully smoothed out. Drop pods are a one-way ticket? Yeah, but what you do is you send the drop pods with the material to build something to do power, and build drop pods to send yourself back. That's a pretty standard strategy for drop pods. Or far skip. I always forget about that because I don't do much with the psychic powers. Like, I've done runs where I've gone real far into psychic powers. But, I don't know. For me, and this is just coming from where I played RimWorld at the beginning, I never thought of it as like the Warhammer 40k universe kind of thing until royalty arrived. So to me, the psychic powers still feel kind of weird to me, even though they've been in the game for like 6 years now or something like that. So it's one of those mechanics. I mean, honestly, most of the stuff in Royalty I leave alone except for the equipment most of the time. Like, for me, when it comes to the 3 DLC, Royalty was the weakest one by far. Isn't there a ship you can make? Nope, mods. Well, I mean, there's a ship to win the game. But, like, shuttles now you can fly around with, that's mods. Alright, gunsmithing. We'll do blowback. That's one of the reasons I haven't been doing... We messed with doing, like, the archipelago style runs a bunch. Which is a lot of fun. But it's one of the reasons I don't do them very often, is quite often they're in those situations where they can actually be a problem. You wish the base game... you wish it was the base game that you use the shuttle in it? The Noble Permit has a shuttle? Oh, you're saying, like, you can do a thing where you can have it basically do the equivalent of a drop pod for you using your royalty stuff. Get those 3 out of the way so I can make more drums. And the base is coming along. Now that we've got, like, at least these rooms smoothed out, the mood swings we were having are kind of sorted. Because that was the thing, is we weren't getting any of the bonuses from any of the rooms being taken care of. Everyone was having their sleep disturbed. And that's because we, you know, too few people working on mining and construction kind of thing. Overcommitment to other stuff. Typical things I get myself in trouble for. I mean, it's also building the entire defense in the swamp set us back quite a bit. Which, speaking of which, I'm finally going to finish telling them to finish that fire break. Is this tunnel ideology? Nope. Right now, the only thing we have going on with our ideology is Prolisser, where we want to spread our ideology. We'll probably maybe transhumanist later, is what I'm thinking. Because the whole point of this run is we're going to be leaning into just doing the biotech genetic manipulation. So it's not like a sweaty challenge kind of run so much as here's a mechanic you never get to mess with because it's like only late game. Oh, we have a problem here. How big is that hole? Okay, so it's just the one tile. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and cancel. Just cancel this whole area up here. There's a tiny little hole right there. Oh, undraft you. Because I noticed the wall here. And then what I did is I drafted them. If you mouse over with them, drafting a melee weapon. If it has like the no sign is saying there's nothing there, versus if you put over a solid rock sign, it'll have the picture of the weapon. Alright, we'll close that door since we got animals running in there. Yeah, no, we're just building in here because we're on a special map called Swamp Hill. So if you notice, it's all swamp all around kind of thing. So it makes building outside the beginning area a little bit rough. And then it's still a swamp on top of that. So you can see all the orange and red and blue is just all terrible. And you get like a little patch of rock. Because you just watched probably the last video one of your favorite YouTubers will ever be in. Oh. That's no fun. Yep. It's an unfortunate reality, sadly. That's rich soil there. Okay, I mean, this room is gonna get sterile floor, because we're gonna put all the biotech stuff in. This will probably also work as a hospital. Oh, this door can stay open. How's the rich soil in the middle of a mountain? If we look at the roof situation here, where are you at? That's not gonna show up here. Basically, there was a tiny little hole. So like where you see there's a little hole right here, that's like one tile that's not mountain. It's the same thing as we had one tile that was not mountain here, and there's a tree growing in it when we got there. Add a door there. So it's a hill, not a mountain, basically. They're not specific with what these are. It's just, it's a rock formation. What are you doing? Oh, you're building the roof still. That's fine. Yeah, you're making the fire break. Anyways, we are getting to about the point in the stream that we are going to doing the flip. Perfect spot for the telescope. Yep. It's just sitting in front of the mountain, able to look anywhere they want. Fairly close to the front door, all that good stuff. Oh, you're saying the hole in the middle of here would be the perfect spot to telescope. You're not wrong if I wanted to keep it inside the base. I mean, well, the problem is I'd have to leave a hole in the roof here, which makes sense, sure, but then I need to make that a separate room. Do I want to do that? Because then what I'd do is I'd wall off this, pop a hole right there. Okay, so there's a meeting with one of the other factions on. But before we get into all that, for those who are new to the channel, I do switch games about halfway through the channel, so around 11 p.m. EST. We are hitting about that point, but if you're someone who's like, but I just really want to see RimWorld, I don't want to see another game. Why are you taking my RimWorld away? Don't worry, the game will be back. It always comes back. But we have been playing Farming Simulator 22 on the channel, RimWorld, SnowRunner has been quite a bit lately, Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord, but today I have a redeem on the channel called Make Me Play, that basically you can make me play a game. And we had that redeemed for Styx, Shards of Darkness, and all that kind of stuff. Alright, High Lord, you have a good time at work. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is, first of all, for those checking this out on TikTok and on YouTube, you're going to go away for right now because I can't switch categories in those platforms, so talk to them about making this actually a reasonable live streaming thing. And then for all of us over here on Twitch, if you'll bear with me a moment, we are going to get the game flipped over to, again, it's a game called Styx, Shards of Darkness.